Well, they mentioned they've had deficits. They've overcome them, particularly last year. All 3 games on their way to winning the Lombardi. They were down double digits, including 10 in the fourth quarter down to the 49ers before winning. And they'll have to go make some massive adjustments.
And they will. You're not going to keep Patrick Mahomes down, and this is Matthew the frustration for Kansas City. They got to keep their eyes forward and just do their job. Right now they are giving Tampa Bay a lot of their stuff. That's really helped them. You can't do that in a Super Bowl as big as we've had in quite some time.
Kansas City will receive the second half kickoff after deferring at the top. That's the end of the first half with the score. Tampa Bay 21, Kansas City 6. Coming up next, it's the Rocket Mortgage halftime report. Plus, stay tuned for the biggest performance of the year, the Pepsi Super Bowl 55 halftime show featuring The Weeknd. Grab and scan your Pepsi for unprecedented access to the action. Well, the high-flying Chiefs have been grounded here in Tampa. Gronkowski finds the end zone a couple of times. Brown right before the half, and Brady's doing his thing.
Here comes the queen. You better bow down when you see the queen, queen. Here comes the queen.
What they used to call you?
Get away when you see the queen. You better bow down, kiss the ring.
What are you? Some kind of ex-cop?
I'm the one you call when you can't call 911.
You ain't ever seen a boss like me. Here comes the queen.
A special late show tonight.
People got a lot to say about your good and not so good old days.
How do we put my long dead past up against your recent deadly past and see who goes to jail?
It's bigger than the two of us now.
This has only ever been about the two of us.
A lot can change in a month. You could suddenly have to start working from home.
Okay.
Meet the love of your life and his kids. We'll play hockey and their dog. Which is why CarMax created the Love Your Car Guarantee with 24-hour test drives and a full 30 days to return and get your money back. So there's zero chance you'll end up in the wrong car. The way it should be. CarMax.
I've always focused on my career, but when we found out our son had autism, his future became my focus. Lavender baths always calmed him, so we turned bath time into a business. And building it with my son has been my dream job.
At Northwestern Mutual, our version of financial planning helps you live your dreams today. Find a Northwestern Mutual advisor at nm.com.
CBS presents the Rocket Mortgage Halftime Report.
Oh boy, not again. That familiar connection. Brady and Gronk connecting for 2 touches back to back like the cover of Lethal Weapon. That's not a Nate Burleson line. And they have the Bucs on top of the half, 21-6. And hello again, everyone. Welcome to the Rocket Mortgage Halftime Report. I'm James Brown, along with my guys. It would be Phil, Bill, Nate, and Boomer. Nate.
Listen, I love a good highlight reel, but let's have some fun with all the kids out there. Check out these slime lights from our friends at Nickelodeon. Patrick Mahomes with his eyes on the prize, the googly eyes that is, and Tom Brady, I've never seen him more animated. How about this? Butker kicks it, and he hits SpongeBob right in the face. Yes, the kick is good. And Brady, who was he looking for? His BFF, his best friend, Rob Gronkowski, and that is the slime zone. Green everywhere, and then Gronk, of course, is going to spike it. And Tom Brady, for all you little kids out there, he is older than your dad, proving that age is nothing but a number. Yep, primetime TV turns into slime time TV.
Oh, very good, Nate. Well, it's been a rough first half for the Kansas City Chiefs. The mistakes they have made. Patrick Mahomes started on the offensive side, does not have the time he needs. Jason Pierre-Paul knocks the pass down on the short throw. Mahomes pressure, gets out of the pocket. Tyreek Hill would have been a really tough catch. And then once again on the move, great play by the secondary, knocking it away from Kelsey. It's the penalties by the Kansas City Chiefs. Their defensive backs have got to adjust, quit being so aggressive and getting those fouls called against them.
This is like a heavyweight fight. They were going back and forth. I think this game changed at the end of the first quarter. Leonard Fournette, 3 straight runs. All of a sudden, BA says, we're going to establish the running game. What does that do? Opens up everything for Tom Brady. The play action on first down. Tom Brady getting comfortable now back there. So the running game is establishing. It slowed down that rush and the blitz. And on the other side, the Tampa Bay defense, they're playing 2 high safeties the whole time, boom, and they're just taking away all the deep and big plays.
You know, you take a look at the QB comparison right here, guys. You'll see that Patrick Mahomes has played a really poor first half, and not a lot of it is his fault. He is getting away from pressure. The offensive line is really struggling against the defensive line of the Buccaneers. The other thing I want to say here, I kind of feel like the referees are way too involved here, and they're making too many decision throws, throwing too many flags that are leading to points to Tampa Bay. Now, I will say this, in the 2018 AFC Championship game, Kansas City was shut out at halftime 14-0 to the New England Patriots and Tom Brady. We saw the second half that Patrick Mahomes had in that game. They eventually lost in overtime. But here's the thing, and we all said this. At the beginning of this game, we said, whatever team was behind, don't worry about it. Their quarterback's going to be good enough to get them back in the game. So I expect a special second half by the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah, I agree with you. When it comes to these flags, it is heavily imbalanced. But listen, you got to go out there and you have to let these guys play a little bit. If I'm the referees, I treat this like the 90s NBA playoffs. You let them be a little bit physical, stop throwing the laundry out there on the field. But when it comes to this heavyweight bout, right now, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers defense is serving up body blow after body blow, and the Chiefs, they aren't able to handle it.
You did spend some time in Detroit, right? Where the, what were they known as?
Oh, the Bad Boys.
Yeah, the Bad Boys. Okay, no question about it. Hey, folks, counting down to the biggest performance of the year. Don't miss out on the weekend performing for the Pepsi Super Bowl 55 halftime show. Grab and scan your Pepsi to get exclusive behind-the-scenes content. This has been the Rocket Mortgage Halftime Report. Now let's see how the NFL and its players continue to inspire change.
Football is a microcosm of America. All races, religions, living, playing, competing side by side. I pray we dedicate ourselves to be the best team we can be. Let's choose to be for one another, to fulfill the promise of one nation, to be part of the solution, be part of the change, to try harder, show up, dive in, and stay at it.
Oh, can we touch for a second? Be us for a second. No matter what I give it to, my love looks better on you.
National Football League welcomes you to the Pepsi Super Bowl 55 halftime show.
said keep our business on the low, low. I'm just trying to get you out the friend zone. Cause you look even better than the photo. I can't find your house, send me the info. Driving through the gated residential. Found out I was coming, sent your friends home. Keep on trying to hide it, but your friends know. I only come through when it's but the only time that I be by your side. I only love it when you touch me. Now feel me when I hold on. That's the real me. And I know she'll be the death of me, at least we both be know. And she'll always get the best of me, the worst is yet to come. But at least we'll both be beautiful and stay forever young. This I know, yeah. She told me don't worry about it. She told me don't worry no more. We both know we can't go without it. We don't ever have to fight. Just take it step by step. We can see it high. 'Cause they never told me lie. I can feel that body shake. Keep between your legs. You've been scared of love and what it did to you. You don't have to run. I know what you do. Just a simple touch. Getting it good to breathe. You don't have take me back, 'cause I wanna stay. Save your tears for another. Save your tears for another day.
The National Football League thanks you for watching the Pepsi Super Bowl 55 halftime show. After the game, go to NFL.com/SBLVA to watch the Super Bowl 55 live visual album for all of tonight's performances.
Thank you for watching this presentation of NFL Network.
The lambs were screaming. I tried to free them. I thought if I could save just one. But he was so heavy. So heavy. I couldn't save them then. But I will never stop trying.
Take me home, country road. You gotta take it day by day.
My last aircraft was the U-2, the first and only black woman to fly the aircraft.
All right. Keep moving forward no matter what they say.
I'm unstoppable. My son is my life. I just want him to be proud of me.
Is everybody ready to get to work?
Tough as Nails, new season, Wednesday at 8/7 Central on CBS.
Just a breathtaking view of the skyline here.
It is, Jim.
Somebody been eating organs.
Let me see you make the ugly face. The ugly face. The ugly face. Let me see you make the ugly face. The ugly face. The ugly face. Now let me see you make the Let's get ugly.
Come on. Man, me and Pizza Hut go way back. I've been playing this game since '82. You ever think Pac-Man gets tired of eating these same little dots? I mean, who eats dots anyway? I need a variety. I could get any 3 toppings on my large pizza for just $10. Pepperoni, sausage, bacon. Run, little man, run! Go! The $10 tastemaker, only from Pizza Hut. I think I'm about to out-pizza the Hut. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
Got secrets I could never tell anyone.
Dad, something happened.
It's going to be all right.
We have to send a message.
I want who did this.
I need a favor. No questions asked.
I need more time.
It's amazing what a man can do with the will to survive.
Searching for meaning in a relentless world. Always connected. But somehow alone. Trapped by illusion. We offer another path. Where the battle to belong begins. Awakened by a calling. United by the cause you fight for. No one can take away what it means to be among the few, the proud, the Marines.
This broadcast is copyrighted by NFL Productions for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this broadcast or any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the consent of NFL Productions is prohibited.
Super Bowl 55 is underway. It's Brady's pass. It's Gronkowski. Brady looking. End zone. Gronkowski again. Antonio Brown. 21-6. Bucks over the Chiefs. Just silencing that Kansas City offense, holding them to 124 total yards. Consider the league's most prestigious honor, the Walter Payton NFL Man of the Year Award, recognizes NFL players who have not only exhibited excellence on the field, but whose passion to impact lives extends beyond the game and has led them to leave a positive legacy in their communities. That really defines Russell Wilson, doesn't it? Please join us in celebrating Russell and all of this year's nominees for the legacy they have left on the game and in their communities. Well done. One of the great guys, one of the many great guys in this league. Tony, going to the second half with Kansas City receiving the kick here. Tell us how they can get back into the game.
Patrick Mahomes, I mean, this is it. It's going to be tough. This is one of the toughest matchups for them simply because they're really good on the edges defensively. I think they got to play action. They need 2 tight ends in the game, move Mahomes even more, but that's the way to take shots. You got to take some shots at some point to Tyreek Hill just because he's that fast. The other part, be efficient underneath to Kelsey, run the ball. That's all I see.
Well, the longest play they had in that entire first half, just 14 yards. A 14-yard pass play from the 1 to Hill. That's it. This is a big play team. And there was nothing to speak of in that first half.
No, and it'd still be a closer game without all the penalties, right? But it looks like it's gotten tougher because the efficiency of Tampa's offense being able to keep things going over and over again. But this is a big play team, Kansas City, Jim. They're never out of it, and Patrick Mahomes is on that field. He's walking out in the second half of the Super Bowl, down 15. He's not done.
Came back from 10 down in the fourth quarter last year to win it. Here's Pringle to open up the third quarter. And he runs out with a lot of others. Let's go down to Evan Washburn. What did you learn at halftime, Evan?
Well, Jim, Bruce Arians is well aware of the team he is facing. He feels like and knows his offense has to keep scoring. The magic number for Bruce Arians is 40. He feels like they get to 40, they win a Super Bowl. Defensively, he knows adjustments will be made. But the key in that area, tackle well and keep getting after Mahomes, and that will be enough, guys.
Wants to get to 40. They've been over 30 in all 3 of their playoff wins.
Well, sure, you'd like to get to 50 if you could.
Why not?
why keep yourself down?
Edwards-Helaire, the rookie, running into the secondary. Look at White chase him down, but not until he pulls off what is the biggest offensive play of the game for Kansas City. Goes for 26.
Well, and you'll see this is what we're talking about. You want to stop the big play, you got to run the football. You have numbers in the run game. Just watch. See, these guys, they're so deep because this guy right here is so dynamic. Just hand the ball off, calm down the offensive line, and you'll have a chance.
Out to the 45 he goes. To Kelsey for 9.
It's a perfect start right now. Get it out quickly to Kelsey and run the football, then you'll get your shots.
First half stats were so one-sided. 18 first downs to only 9. The 95 penalty yards, and I heard the guys in the studio too talking about the excessive penalties. Some of them they didn't like the calls. 8-1 in the first half.
Definitely one-sided. I think that'll even up a little, but really when you look at them, it's like each one's its own. It's right most of the time.
Edwards-Helaire, jump cut to get around Barrett and pick up the first. Nice move by the 21-year-old rookie.
Oh, and this is incredible because we talk about the tackles. Wiley whiffs against Barrett. Watch the right side. And then Edwards-Helaire does it on his own. This is the plan, though. At some point, when you start running the ball, look at that cut. At some point, they're going to have to bring those safeties down, and Tyreek Hill will then get his opportunity. If I'm Tampa, I'd resist the urge, Jim. Make them keep doing it.
Come to 37. It's Darrell Williams, who got the start in the divisional round against Cleveland for his first career start, and he performed well. He, too, comes out of LSU, just like his fellow backmate, Edwards-Helaire. Edwards-Helaire trying to go for the back-to-back titles, a national championship last year, and a year later looking for the Super Bowl. But they got a lot of ground to make up. Here's a 2nd and 8. Hardman slipped and only maybe picks up a half yard.
Mahomes looking. Kelsey fires the ball out. Hardman with a good catch, but then the grass just makes him slip. And now we got a 3rd and 7 where you know they're passing, most likely. You know, this is a situation where you'd be like, Mahomes is incredible. He runs the ball a lot in this situation, but this is where the tackle's got to hold up and give him a chance to look downfield.
Needs 7 for a first, Tony.
Well, motion Kelsey in. You got 2 guys down at the bottom that are really good.
Mahomes circles back, throws on the run, and it's knocked down, and no flag. Kelsey with Levante David coming from behind to knock it down.
This is rare. We just saw a slip by Hardman. Kelsey's where he's trying to go. He slips. And he was the one-on-one player because they had to double Tyreek Hill, and he knows how big of a play that was.
Great job by David. There was a clean knockdown, and now we're going to have a 50-plus yard field goal attempt by Butker, who did not miss this year on 50-yarders and beyond. He was 5 for 5.
Oh, I hate when you never know how it's going to turn down.
It's all in his leg.
You heard him.
And Butker right into the net and good.
Huge drive to get the 3.
21-9.
Good for making excuses is seldom good for anything else. Take Fuzzy Wuzzy 28. Me? Blaming losses on a laggy network.
Only 1 or 2.
You really gonna lie to Samuel L. Jackson while he's holding the sparkle stick?
Oh, I just peeled myself.
Verizon 5G Ultra Wideband is here. The fastest 5G in the world with ultra low lag. And console level gaming on the go. Don't get cute with my echo. I don't want to hear any more excuses out of you, Juju.
Oh, yeah? Bring my fish around.
Look, this is y'all's moment. Stop blaming the network and start becoming the best gamers in the game.
That escalated quickly.
This is 5G Ultra Wideband, now in parts of many cities. This is 5G built right, only from Verizon. One word out of y'all, it's sashimi time.
This local access message is brought to you by Uber Eats.
Wayne's World, perfect time, excellent.
Hey everyone, welcome to Wayne's World.
Party on, Wayne.
Party on, Garth. As a local access show, we want everyone to support local restaurants.
But we'd never manipulate you the way all these other commercials do.
Oh, God. Yeah, that's really sad.
Totally. We're better than that.
Yeah, we'd never shamelessly rely on a celebrity cameo.
Right, Cardi B?
Yeah, eat local.
Or jump on the latest trend.
Eat local.
All right.
Local eats, Wayne's World, yummy time, excellent.
New the neighborhood.
Amazing. I'm in.
New Bob Hot's Abishola.
Isn't that funny?
New Young Sheldon.
Funny. New.
Be positive. It's back, baby.
New.
Mom. Watch and learn. New Unicorn.
We're smiling, we're laughing.
Super Bowl 55 on CBS is sponsored by Uber Eats. Eat local. Support local. Jeep. Freedom for everyone since 1941. And by Budweiser Zero. 0% alcohol. 100% great taste.
There are those who are calling this Tampa Bay, with their Lightning winning the Stanley Cup in September, the Rays making it to the World Series, and now the Bucks in the Super Bowl on their home turf. What a span of 5 months. Butker not deep to the 5. Mickens middle and taken down. Watts on the tackle. Let's go to Tracy.
Well, Jim, that extended halftime was probably a good thing for this Kansas City team, especially this defense, because I could tell you watching them on the sideline before the half, there was a lot of frustration. Several players had to be calmed down, including Tyrann Mathieu. Andy Reid, Steve Spagnuolo pulling him aside to talk to him. He sets the tone for this team. They cannot afford to lose him. The penalties were costly. Spagnuolo telling his team, we cannot control the officials. Stay aggressive, but it can't cost us. Jim?
Well, other than that opening 3 and out they forced, Tampa's pretty much, the Bucs have had their way. There's a handoff to Fournette for their first snap of the third quarter for about 3.
Well, and that's the thing, they're getting caught. Like you see that one with Mathieu. I mean, that could have easily been called on Brady, and they gave it to Mathieu there. So you're just getting a couple of situations where you're not staying focused on the task at hand. And that's really helped the Bucs.
Five receivers set on 2nd and 7. It's Brown. Quickly brought to the turf by Sorensen, and now they face a 3rd down.
Yeah, sneaky big one right here.
3rd and 4.
Tampa with a run and then a screen pass, doing exactly. They're basically slowing down Spagnuolo's play calls, Jim. He doesn't want to pressure because they keep doing these simple things and getting the ball out.
What Brady did in that first half, 16 of 20, 80%. It's the first time a quarterback in any half in any Super Bowl completed 80% and 3 touchdowns.
He's got to get this. They're coming after him here.
They rush 5. It's picked up. Fournette with the catch. And running over defenders before Neiman had enough to stop it.
This is the evolution of this Tampa offense right here. Spagnuolo, he's coming after you. You're ready to get this ball out. Here they go. They're going to blitz these guys, but as soon as they pop out, they throw the ball to the back. And Brady, instead of trying to read and decipher what they're in, he's gotten the ball to the back. Really good in the last part of the year. And that's helped this offense. Instead of trying to be the big play threat over and over, you just move the chains.
Fournette with 64 total yards in the game. Fournette again. Cuts left. Bounces off of Breland, and Wilson then has the leverage to shove him back. Well, after that unbelievable halftime show performance by the weekend, if you want more, grab and scan your Pepsi after the game for exclusive access to the show.
So you have to grab a Pepsi to get your access?
Grab a Pepsi, and then you got to scan, too.
It's a lot of work.
You can handle it. Antonio Brown in on this snap. 5 catches for 22 yards and a touchdown. It's Gronkowski running through that secondary. And Thornhill able to get enough of him, trips him up, but another big game. Gronkowski's feasting here tonight. 6 for 68 and 2 touchdowns.
Watch Mathieu right here. Now the fake comes in, and he's reading Brady's eyes. Brady's looking right, left, and then he comes back right. That's the one area. Mathieu tries to read, and he's got great instincts, but right there, he's going, oh no, shoot. I thought you were supposed to help me over there.
Fournette. Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
Wow, what a statement by Tampa coming out. Efficient football, like we said, just screens, little ones, play action, gets the big play, and then they run and watch Mark.
Yeah, Ali Marquette right there. Yeah. They had an extra lineman in on that snap, but Marquette helped clear the way, and Fournette, who has found a comfort zone in this playoff run that has made him look like the player that Jacksonville drafted long ago in the 4th with the 4th pick overall. Suck up That's the point good. There's Fournette. You remember they rode Fournette that one year all the way to the AFC Championship game and had the Pats down 10 in the fourth quarter. But he's gone from the waiver wire to the Super Bowl and to the end zone.
It's time. Time to watch the drama with your family. Or you could share your family drama on T-Mobile. Share the hardcore trash talk.
I hope you got a chin strap for that wig.
I'ma knock the taste out your mouth.
Distant relatives will see every highlight. And ugly lowlight. With T-Mobile 5G, you could call in a ringer like star tight end Travis Kelce.
Mama, it's not an Anderson. There's a lot you don't know about this family. What?
Together, you and Travis Kelce would put on a display of speed and power that crushed the competition, just like T-Mobile 5G.
Somebody get him help.
I can't feel my feet.
And family and friends would celebrate as you scored the winning touchdown. Don't trust your family drama to just any network. T-Mobile is the leader in 5G.
Mama? 5G, it works in the end zone.
What if we were wrong this whole time? Wrong in thinking that joy happens only at the end. After the sacrifice. After the commitment. After the win. What if happiness has always been there, fueling the run toward greatness? It's not a distraction, but instead something more vital. What if joy is the whole game, not just the end game? So ask yourself, are you happy because you win? Or do you win because you're happy?
Can I kick it? Can I kick it? Can I kick it?
Hellman, you're out there desperate with nowhere to turn.
Question why they ever want to push a black woman.
They have somewhere to turn.
They gonna be mad when I squeeze back. Blow, blow, blow.
They turn to me.
New original series Camp Coral, a new SpongeBob movie.
Whoa!
And over 200 episodes. March 4th, only on Paramount Plus.
Welcome back to Raymond James Stadium. Jim Nantz, Tony Romo, along with Tracy Wolfson, Evan Washburn, Jay Feely, Gene Steratore. Well, 3 minutes and 41 seconds. Just 6 plays to cover the 74 yards. Arians wasn't kidding about the 40 points.
You know, he wasn't. And I mean, if you're watching this game right now at home, yeah, you're obviously incredibly nervous as a Chiefs fan because this is just so difficult to get back in it. But that's 4 out of 5 drives they scored a touchdown, and the one they were stopped at the 1, Jim.
That's right. This Pringle flying to about the 26. Joining us tonight at the game as guests of the NFL are 3 of the brave officers from the Metropolitan Police Department, all of whom played heroic roles at the Capitol on January 6th. Along with them is the family of fallen officer Brian Sicknick, who lost his life in the line of duty defending the Capitol. Once again, they begin a drive with a handoff to Edwards-Helaire, and Pierre-Paul holds him to 3. This 19-point deficit that the Chiefs face right now is the 2nd largest deficit of Mahomes' career. You and I were there for the biggest deficit when he was down 24-0 to Houston in the divisional round a year ago. Came back to win. In fact, won big.
Well, this is right here what dreams are made of, right? You come back in this one, this will live on the test of time forever against Brady in this situation.
He is taken down by Shaq Barrett.
Sometimes dreams become nightmares pretty quickly, Jim. And
it can flip in a second, can it?
Just watch. You see Barrett just fighting. A lot of that's because the other side, too, though. I mean, Pierre-Paul's dominating on the other side right there. You see that? Mahomes has nowhere to go.
There was Sue in the area also.
This is where, I mean, literally, he has been Superman throughout his entire career. It's like now or never, though, for this team. If he can put that cape on, it's time. It's going to be tough.
3rd and 14. He heaves it. It's knocked away, and on the deflection, it's intercepted. There is a flag down, but that is Winfield with the pick.
I think it's going to stand. It looked like it's in the backfield, right? Didn't someone get held going in?
Holding. Number 62. Offense. Penalties decline. Result of the play is an interception. First down, Tampa Bay.
What a play. Wow. Mahomes trying to make something happen, and a perfect tip. Tampa Bay trying to close out Kansas City early.
We both love this place. Now what?
Well, I'm pretty sure we have everything in order.
Pretty sure. With Rocket, you could be certain, not pretty sure.
What's the difference?
Well, let me show you. Yep, I'm pretty sure that's all of them. Maybe not. I'm pretty sure this won't hurt. Pretty sure that's a figment of our imaginations. I'm pretty sure we could park in Joey Bosa's spot. That spot works too. I'm pretty sure they come in peace.
Let's do certain.
Yeah, certain is better.
When it comes to home buying, pretty sure isn't sure enough. Find the right mortgage with a local broker and Rocket Technology. When you need to be certain, Rocket can.
Come on!
Wasn't me.
Hey America, don't just watch Super Bowl 55. Play DraftKings free 4th quarter prediction challenge. If you finish first, you could win $1 million. So download the DraftKings Daily Fantasy app now and make it rain.
Microban 24 doesn't just sanitize and stop. It keeps killing bacteria for 24 hours. Just spray and let dry to form a shield that's proven to keep killing bacteria for 24 hours. Touch after touch. Microban 24.
Looks good, guys. Success! It's often right place, right time. Fiverr gets that. From graphic design to web development. Or even a PR expert for things like, I don't know, booking a press conference. Fiverr has the freelancers that get you where you want to be. Is this a lobby? This is not a hotel.
Super Bowl 55 on CBS is sponsored by T-Mobile, now America's largest and fastest 5G network, and by new Doritos 3D Chili Cheese Nacho, now in 3D.
How bad has it been tonight for the other side? Patrick Mahomes in that offense. On 3rd down, he is 0 for 7 passing. And just got picked off on 3rd down as well.
It was actually a phenomenal throw. The guy just got his hand over the top, but he's going to have to make some really difficult ones.
Short field for Brady and company. He's got a wide open target. Fournette gets right under the chin strap of Breeland.
Well, Brady, just a play fake, right? We've talked about it. Now watch right here. This is where you're trying to look back, and he's going to take the over route. And as soon as he turns around, Brady just high-lows Neiman right there. And they've got this, Chiefs, they got their number right now because they have to stop the run. The pressures don't work because they're throwing screens.
They got their number all the way around.
Well, you're going to start just coming after him. Watch this, Jim. They're just going to... I wonder what's going on here. You two guys want to come?
1st and 10. Fournette. Nice cutback. What a move that is. And he's now got 116 total yards. It reminded me he didn't take it the distance like Marcus Allen did in Tampa's first Super Bowl. The great cutback run of all time.
Just watch. These backers are going to start blitzing a lot. Spagnuolo knows It's a slow death happening right now. And they're going to start sending everyone in the patience of Fournette there. Great job.
Ronald Jones comes in for him.
Just runs to the right, Jim.
Jones about a foot shy of the first.
Starting to feel like they're wearing him down a little bit.
Well, this is what they do, and if you look at what they've done time of possession in the month of January, in the postseason, in the fourth quarter, they've held the football for over 10 minutes a game. And here we are just 4.5 away with a monster lead on the defending champs.
It's impressive how efficient they've turned, you know, as the season went on. They just learned themselves, and they line up here in this right formation, hand the ball off right. If you don't like it, play action, just stay right.
Here's the toss to the right. Jones got enough for the first. Wasn't much there, but new set of downs.
Uh, 31-9. Do the numbers, Jim. Just pretend like I can do these, but I'm going to ask you just in case. 31-9 turns into what? What's the depth? The score.
You mean the 22-point margin?
There you go.
You're talking about holding to a field goal.
Nines always get me a little.
Yeah.
That's 22. You're still in it, right? But if you all of a sudden score a touchdown here, and it goes 35-9, numbers, Jim, 26. That's over 3 possessions. Monster stop for Kansas City.
Play action, Brady looking for another one, and it is incomplete. Trying to connect with the backup tight end there, Tanner Hudson. Did you say you had trouble with the number 9?
Yeah.
What kind of sense does that make? Tanner Hudson almost able to be a Super Bowl star.
Well, Tanner Hudson gets actually wide open here, but Brady just overshoots him. But he should have really flattened that route a little bit because they really got the Chiefs guessing.
That was Brady's first incompletion after 9 straight hookups.
32.
Got a 2nd and 10. Lofts it. Godwin, incomplete. You know, Godwin has a lot to do with us being able to call him TB12 here. You'll see the catch. And great effort, but clearly out. See, Godwin wore number 12. That was his number. And Brady was ready to wear number 7, but Godwin said, you know what? I can't do that to you. So he gave him his uniform number. And maybe Tom ends up with number 7 tonight anyway.
Well, usually there's like, listen, I'm going to give it to you because I'm such a nice guy. Here you go, Brady. But also you're going to go ahead and give me a car, a house. Right. But, you know, I'm going to tell everybody I was just being nice to you.
A bonus check, 3rd and 10. Flies over his head, and he falls on it at the 34. That really the only miscue of the night by the Buccaneers. And that just means the suck-up will have to try one from about 51 or 52 yards.
And this ball just goes high and fast. Tough catch, really a great job getting the ball back, but this was the chance right there, right? Yeah, Chiefs, that's the play that kind of could weirdly, you just never know if this thing plays out.
So his career long is 54, his long of the year is 50, his suck up. This is 52. Suck up's kick. Good. And there's your 31-9, Tony.
And that's a 16-point lead.
What is that margin?
22, Jim.
Help me.
I never get that wrong.
I am King Akeem Jaffer, and I believe you are the heir to the throne of Zamunda. Yes, my son. I shall bring queens to Zamunda.
He's supposed to be Prince of Wakanda.
Wakanda is a fictional place.
Not to everybody.
I'm a king, I'm a hot over here.
How much child support she getting? The king pays no child support.
No child support for 30 years and you came back? You was a dummy.
Coming to America this March, rated PG-13. Only on Prime Video.
Did you steal my Cheetos again?
Just tell him it wasn't you.
But I caught you at the counter.
Wasn't me.
Saw you snacking on the sofa.
Wasn't me.
You even had him in the shower.
It wasn't me.
I even caught you on camera.
You the one who granted access to your snacks. Don't act surprised that she sneak behind your back. You gotta keep tabs before she empty that bag. Let's review the situation. Orange fingers, red flag. To keep you on stash, you gotta hide it better. If she asks where they are, you say forget her. Never admit to a word, and please don't upset her. And if she keep on snacking, I guess you let her.
Well, did you?
Wasn't me.
Oh. Okay.
Well, that's the first time that's ever worked.
New Cheetos Crunch Pop Mix.
At WeatherTech, we don't need to bring jobs back to America.
Stop overseas production.
Or return our engineering and design back to the States.
No way.
No way.
To us, coming back doesn't make any sense.
You want to know why? Because we
Never left.
We never left.
At WeatherTech, we're not bringing manufacturing back to the USA because the truth is, we never left. WeatherTech, made in America for decades.
Working 5 to 9, you've got passion and a vision, 'cause it's hustling time, a whole new way to make a living. Gonna change your life, do something that gives it meaning with a website that is worthy of your dreaming.
Here is a look at our Skycam presented by Michelob Ultra Organic Seltzer. We're down to 2:46 to go in the third quarter. Bucks with a Fournette touchdown in this quarter, and now a 52-yard field goal by Ryan Suckup. Pinion handles the kickoff chores and delivers a touchback 85% of the time. And that time as well. When will the Chiefs look like the Chiefs?
It's been a long time. Winners of 25 out of 26 games with Mahomes at quarterback, but today he's having to play so much faster than normal with the backup tackles. He's not able to get through the progressions as fast as he normally would. And then you got to remember, that toe right there is making him a little less mobile for the ability in short spaces to cut and make those guys miss in that backfield. But he's now down to the wire, Jim. This is getting close to getting out of hand and not being possible.
Having the rollout, and now heaves it. He's got Kelsey open, and it falls incomplete. There is a flag back at the line of scrimmage.
Well, this was holding a 24.
Prior to the pass, holding number 24, defense, 5-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
You know, I'm going to mention Carlton Davis's name because he got flagged there, but I got to give this guy some props. We talked about him so much when we were here on Thanksgiving Sunday. He got torched going up against Hill. He was targeted 9 times, covering Hill. There were 8 catches on that night for 204 yards and 3 touchdowns against him. Tonight, he hasn't given up anything except that penalty. Edwards-Helaire for 6.
And you're right. And this is one of those moments. This is for like anybody playing any sport or doing anything. He just is learning. He learned why I got beat. Todd Bowles says, hey, there's Todd Bowles with an incredible job tonight. He deserves a ton of credit for this plan they've come up with. But he's had him stay aggressive. And he's like, listen, this is just a learning experience. You now are a little too soft in that game. Go trust yourself and get up on him and use that as a way to improve. And Davis has.
Todd Bowles, who won a ring as a player with Washington back in '87. Here is Edwards-Helaire, and he's got a first down. Todd Bowles, part of this staff that there are so many deep ties. It's a close-knit organization, really. I mean, and so much of it centering around past relationships with Arians, like Todd Bowles, who played for Arians at Temple back in the early '80s. And we mentioned earlier Byron Leftwich, who Arians got to see too when he was on the staff at Pittsburgh, and Leftwich was a backup. First down. Got a flag out. They blow the whistle.
False start, number 10, offense, 5-yard penalty, remains first down.
He just took off early, which play is dead. It's tough to see because he's so fast. Call him the Flash.
Here's the targets for Mahomes tonight. Kelsey with 6 of his 12 completions. 6 of 12 Mahomes completions. Hardman with 2 for negligible yards. Hill to basically nothing for him by his high standards. He's had 3 straight playoff games going back to last year's Super Bowl with at least 8 catches and at least 100 yards. Tough pass, and it's knocked down again by David, who has been defending the pass in the middle of that field a couple of times with some knockdowns, denying Kelsey.
It's just an outstanding. Look at how heavy he is. Flat-footed, we call it. Go up and hit him. Kelsey goes up and shakes people. He wins all the time. He has the ability to go inside or outside on those routes. But David says, I'm not going to back up. Most people back up a half a step or with their body weight. He's hitting him right there, and it's really affected this offense for the Chiefs.
It's 2nd and 15. Finally, they get Hill out in the open. He was able to run past Sean Murphy-Bunting for 21.
Wow, this is the first time. It's been a while. You got a little scared right there about not doubling, like they protected against the home run. So the safeties didn't kind of sit in that area around 15 to 10. They were really deep.
And not until this last minute of the third quarter with that completion does Mahomes go over 100 yards passing on the night. 101 yards. He's got more. Down to the 29 with Sammy Watkins' first target. He's been out since week 16.
Now this is really tough. What a throw by Mahomes. But look, he's limping, Jim. This has really affected his movement in the pocket and ability in a game where movement was huge coming in to create plays against this front. With your backups in, he's going to have to do it on one foot mostly.
One more snap in the third quarter. He's got time here and throws it out of reach for Williams. But we're heading to the fourth with Tampa Bay. Tom Brady leading 31-9.
The road has been rough. The load heavy. And nothing from hell to sky has turned us back. We did not get here alone. We arrived as one. And I firmly believe our greatest fulfillment to all we hold dear is that moment when we lie exhausted on the field of battle victorious. Because it's not whether we get knocked down, but whether we get back up as one.
Just a breathtaking view of the skyline here.
It is, Jim.
It was never about the gold.
It was always about the goals. And I didn't reach him just by training my body, but my mind as well.
So close your eyes. Visualize all the ways you could break through.
Then, imagine everything that could go wrong. A false start, a bad turn, broken goggles.
Now picture yourself staying calm and overcoming every obstacle.
Open your eyes. Train what's under the armor.
Let's do this.
Whoever loses has to do the thing.
Did you just cut me off?
This is what I do.
Did you have lunch? Because I'm serving a banana peel. How dare you? Oh, what's that? It's a fireball.
Here we go.
No.
Yes.
No. Very funny. It's gonna be you next time. Enjoy. enjoying a laugh on me, that's my way to play.
We make it easy for you. Tax time is here again. Block has options for you, my friend. We can do your taxes virtually. Snap the pic and leave the rest to me. We make it easy. Experts on your phone. You don't have to leave home. We'll get it done right. You can sleep well tonight. In person or virtually. We make it easy for you. Block has your back.
Well, the Bucs increased their 15-point halftime lead by another 7 points in the third. 0 touchdowns through 3 quarters. First time in Mahomes' career. He's never lost, by the way, by double digits.
It's like unbelievable, these stats that you throw out with him. He's never lost by double digits. It's like he's only played 4 games or something.
He's got Kelsey down to the 11. That was a perfectly thrown ball that time.
Right over the middle. Look at the eyes. Look left, come back and get it right in between. Yes, things are difficult, but this is the guy right here, right? Him and Brady are the 2 guys on earth you want with the ball in the fourth to try and make a comeback like this.
Edwards-Helaire, though. His stop for no gain. Again, it was Devin White. Devin White, whose cousin, and Chiefs fans may not be aware of this, but his blood cousin, Charkandrick West, yes, running back for the Chiefs up until last year. 5 years as a running back. All from that small town in northwest Louisiana, Spring Hill, Louisiana. 2nd and 9. Able to escape. Sue is on him. Misses him. Pass off the hands of Robinson.
Wow, what a play. Whew. Mahomes, even with the hurt foot, you can see he's limping, just kind of, I'm right here, and then I just soft touch, and that should have been a touchdown.
Pass just a little too high.
It was just barely.
Big third down play here. A minute into the fourth.
I'm going for it. It's 2 down territory for me if I'm the Chiefs. This is the time. You're in this, Jim, if you score a touchdown here. We've seen a lot of crazy stuff happen.
Hasn't completed a pass on 3rd down tonight. Can he do it this time? Reverse his course. He's all the way back at the 30. Barrett is on him. Heaves it before the whistle. And Pringle has it in his hands. They rule it incomplete. That was craziness.
Well, you can see the fight in Mahomes. He's trying to will his team and give it a chance with all the movement. What a throw. That's a little bit risky, to say the least. But he kept trying to buy the time, and it's so hard to get this guy down.
Well, it's 4th down, and of course they have to go for it at this stage. Got to get to the 2 for a first.
Oh.
Mahomes can't hear.
He's asking for them to get the clock back up. You started it too early. He might actually get it. We'll see. Or is he going to say it's a timeout? If they didn't, they're checking right now if they did it and didn't reset the clock correctly. If they did, it's timeout.
First charge, timeout.
Timeout,
Kansas
KC.
City. A 30-second timeout.
What's your best play from the 9? So this is one of those 4th and 9, but you're really at the 11. And get a first down technically, but you're really trying to score a touchdown.
It's got to be 87, doesn't it?
Inside the middle of the field, yeah. I think what happens is you use Tyreek Hill a little bit as a decoy. But you got to come up with your best stuff. To me, Tyreek has to be a guy that's going and flushing everything out. Like I can tell you right now, this guy is going to be helping over here on Tyreek Hill, which means something over here coming to the middle.
4th and 9. Again, running for his life. Mahomes got it away. Incomplete. White knocks it down. It was intended for Darrell Williams. He was parallel to the ground when he threw it.
That's unbelievable. And get it there, and it actually hits him in the face mask, and Mahomes knows that was a chance.
This is the story of a boy with scissors for hands. No, not that one.
Edgar, you're gonna be late.
This one. My son, Edgar.
Next up, Lancer Street.
How magnets and opposite poles can actually...
Yo, Edgar!
Thank you.
Open. Go ahead, try it. And Edgar drove off into the sunset. But don't worry, he still makes it home in time for dinner, occasionally.
So when you say, let's grab a beer, it's never just about the beer.
Come on, I'm buying you a beer.
Okay.
What did they say?
Flight crews next door eating pizza.
It's how you say, I'm glad we're stuck together.
Here's the new friends.
Lydia, we sure could use your help on this.
Or,
Okay.
you deserve to be here.
Congrats.
Or, I'm really sorry.
No, not yet.
It's a way to say, shake it off.
It wasn't that noticeable, was it?
Yeah, only if you have ears. So when we're back,
I can't do Friday. I got a date.
Why don't you bring her here?
let's remember, it's never just about the beer. It's about saying that simple human truth.
Come on, let's grab a beer.
We need each other.
Hello, Clarice.
I thought it was done.
I don't care if you live or die, but should you live, you tell them about me.
Here to help kick off the second half was Amaya Brannon from Auburndale, Florida. Amaya was selected as the winner of the NFL Play 60 Super Bowl contest presented by Danimals for her dedication to helping her peers lead active lifestyles and find digital resources at NFL.com/play60 to get your kids moving. So the Bucks take over on downs. And Ronald Jones.
Get your kids moving is right.
Absolutely.
Hawk Jones Rivers back home.
It's not a problem in my house, I can tell you that.
Yeah.
Jameson Finley.
Let's calm them down sometimes and just hang out with Dad a little fun times. That's a great deal.
Sounds so basic, but so important.
It's the best time, though. Nothing more fun than playing with them.
Here's a 2nd and 6. It's Jones, 2 straight carries, and he's got 12 yards in those 2 to pick up the first down. Well, I mentioned it in the 3rd quarter that their ability to just close out games in the 4th has been a running theme through these 3 road games that got them back to their home turf. Through Washington, through New Orleans, through Green Bay.
Hey, lefty, 40,
And they're just so,
lefty.
we've used the word 1,000 times, but they make the game simple.
There's Jones. He's got 8 more. Voting is now open for the Super Bowl 55 MVP presented by Verizon. Go to NFL.com/MVP and vote now.
Well, it's been a total team effort from Tampa. Everyone, a lot of guys deserve it. But Brady and the efficiency, decision-making, some of the just the 3rd and 3, check down to the back really quickly, right? And then the big play happens next. He's been just really making the game easy.
Jones getting all the work. And another first down. Yeah, Brady's 20 out of 26. Not for a ton of yards, 195. But 3 touchdowns and no picks.
But that's what you want. You want balance. I mean, how much rushing yards?
128 now on the ground for the Bucs.
And how many? 195 and 128. I mean, that's balance right there. And that's how you beat a great team like Kansas City. I mean, everyone tries to do it, right? Let's be balanced, run the football, keep Mahomes off the field. But you got to also complete the 3rd downs and the big plays when they're there in the red zone.
Both Jones and Fournette over 60 yards rushing. As Fournette comes back out and gets another 4.
And they're just tired right now. You know they're running the football. They're coming right at you. You can see the wear and tear right now in Kansas City. And it's hard to repeat, isn't it, Jim? Just that's why we haven't seen it in how long?
Oh, it's
20 years old. I mean,
03, 04.
Yeah.
It's the longest stretch for the Super Bowl era between times when we've had back-to-back champions. There's Brate. That's another first down. All right, Evan Washburn, down to you.
Well, Jim, as we well know, we all owe it to our moms. So for Bruce Arians, that's Kay Arians, 95-year-old Kay Arians. There she is in the red from Hanover, PA, outside of York. The biggest Bruce Arians fan. As a coach, she was the one that got in his ear to said, you need to get back into coaching. This is a dream come true for both Arians to watch her son on the sport's biggest stage. That was pretty cool.
Awesome story. He was so excited about it coming down from Pennsylvania. Be here for the game tonight as Fournette has another 8.
Now, when you look back in this game, one of the most simple runs they're going to do. Now watch. Whoever the corner is, he's going to have to end up making a lot of these tackles because all they do is block all these guys down here. Go ahead and you'll see whoever's outside, that's who they want to tackle. That's why teams in this league want corners who can tackle. And as the game runs on, it gets harder. You know, they have a big bruising back coming at you. You like to cover people. Tampa makes it hard on you.
2nd and 2, Fournette. Stop cold that time. So 3rd down coming up.
Okay, if you ever really needed a chance, if you ever had one.
With 8:35 to go.
It was almost inconceivable because we just never seen it, Jim. I mean, Kansas City's never, Patrick Mahomes has never been held to single digits. He's never lost by double digits, is that right? I mean, they've won 25 out of the last 26 games he's played or started.
The last time he lost by double digits, he was at Texas Tech and lost to Iowa State in 2016. There's Brady's deep throw, and there is no flag as Gronkowski was the target. Matthew defending.
How about the guts on that play call right there? And Brady throwing it out there, and he had it for a sec, but that's a really tough throw working the other way. And Matthew a little bit late. Would you punt or go for it here? I think you got to punt with this lead, right?
Yeah, even though it's 4th and a yard. Listen,
yeah,
there's only 8 minutes to go. Make him go the full field.
Well, defensively, your job is not to jump off sides. Everybody on this side of the screen right here, don't go past that ball on that line and give him a first down. And over here, I would try and move my head, bob and weave, do a whole bunch of stuff as a center to try and draw him off sides, move up back and forth.
Here's Pinion. They punted on their first 2 drives of the night, and this is the first one since. Fair caught by Hardman. Is there anything that you've got in your playbook for 8:06 to go down 22? We will see.
There's a chapel in Kansas, standing on the exact center of the lower 48. It never closes. All are more than welcome to come meet here in the middle. It's no secret. The middle has been a hard place to get to lately. Between red and blue, between servant and citizen, between our freedom and our fear. Now, fear has never been the best of who we are. And as for freedom, it's not the property of just the fortunate few. It belongs to us all. Whoever you are, wherever you're from. It's what connects us, and we need that connection. We need the middle. We just have to remember the very soil we stand on is common ground. So we can get there. We can make it to the mountaintop, through the desert, and we will cross this divide. Our light has always found its way through the darkness. And there's hope on the road up ahead.
Openness, optimism, curiosity. That's why we're here.
Super Bowl 55 on CBS is sponsored by Budweiser Zero. 0% alcohol, 100% great taste. WeatherTech, proudly made in America for decades. And by Klarna. Pay in 4 small payments. Smooth shopping.
And a look from our Skycam presented by Michelob Ultra.
Look at how deep those guys are way back, trying to protect the end zone.
Stepping up from the goal line and finding Kelsey. All the way out to the 41. Pick up a 33.
A little too soft on this one. Mahomes, though, creating, making a play. So look.
Oh, and they've got him again. Second sack of the night.
Now Mahomes just trying to find somebody, has to eat it and just take the sack.
Boy, when Eric Fisher went out with the Achilles injury late in the game against Buffalo, what it triggered is you had to move your right tackle to the left side. You had to move your right guard to right tackle. Then you had to insert Wisniewski as a starter for the first time this season. So basically it affected 3 positions. It's been uneasy all night. JPP coming after him. Able to shake him off. He's coming back. Almost got him again.
Oh, there's some rough house going on down there. Oh, I tell you, it looked like Mahomes took a wicked shot, though. I mean, couldn't see it, but from up here it looked like he got sandwiched by multiple guys. This will be a penalty on Tampa. It has to be for what they did right there.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, number 90, defense, 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Here's where he came back after him for the second time.
Oh.
Boy, just crushed high and low by White.
So this is just hitting him in the head or neck area, which you can't do. Ouch. And he knows it right there. He's trying to tell you he's taking a beating tonight.
Knocked down 8 times. Might have been his easiest throw of the night right there.
Knocked down 8 times, but you got to get up on the 9th.
That's it.
If there's a chance, it's right here. And they really got to do something special, as everyone knows. We're trying to talk them into it to see if they can make it game to the wire, but everything's difficult.
First down from the 40. And incomplete. Let's take a look at next-gen stats powered by AWS.
Well, this is about containing Hill. If you have one plan, it's to have safeties deep. 2 high safeties means you're going to take away and try to take away the big play. 82%, Jim. That's the highest rate in the last 5 years for Todd Bowles, but the highest rate this season. And that's how you beat the Chiefs, or the teams who have had some success against them. You've got to eliminate Tyreek Hill almost completely with people deep and helping on every play.
2nd and 10 out of the backfield to Williams. Good spin move to pick up 9. Could have been held to 3, and they're going to run to the line. Mahomes, who first injured that left big toe in the game against Cleveland, later was taken out of the game because of concussion protocol. It has not been an easy postseason for him, and it's never been more difficult at all in the NFL than it has been tonight on any single occasion. Another sidearm throw. Tyreek has it. And now Legretti comes in to help push him ahead for an extra couple.
Big throw. Great decision there, but you could see the guys who are keen on Tyreek Hill on every play. I'd almost use it against him a little bit, right? Run him through and have someone come underneath, right where he runs through.
There's another catch by Hill, his 5th. Previous play was Mahomes' first 3rd down completion of the game.
Yeah, that's Remmers, left tackle 75, looked like a penalty.
Holding, number 75, offense, 10-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
There's your backup tackle. It's just hard because now you're trying to come back, but watch him right here. He's going to ride Nelson to the edge, and I don't know, Jim, that's kind of a soft call.
Anthony Nelson dreaming of getting to the quarterback, but held back.
And held back.
To the 37. Tipped and incomplete. Oh, you could smell a pick coming. That was a diving attempt by Mike Edwards. It was tipped away by Dean, who missed the first matchup due to a concussion.
No, and the people that are just around him, Vea gets pressure there, and that's why the ball's just barely behind, and he's having to throw under obvious duress, and you can see the dejection. Just a tough day for such a competitor and one of the really great people in this sport.
We got a fan on the field.
Jim, did you run down there? Come on.
I will be later for the trophy presentation, but not this soon.
Brady watching the action going on.
One of the great runs of the night, I will say that. They should sign him. We'll be right back.
Superstars. Who knows what goes through their minds when the stakes are this high? When their legacy is on the line.
Sometimes you just want a hard seltzer.
A hard seltzer with no carbs.
With no sugar.
Because who needs that?
I want a hard seltzer that's USDA certified organic.
With no artificial aftertaste.
But in a world where most things seem real, sometimes they're not.
Don Cheadle,
Man, get off my boat.
That's fair.
New Michelob Ultra Organic Seltzer is real, and it tastes that way. You're not real. You almost fooled me. Lookalikes. Phony.
New Michelob Ultra Organic Seltzer. As real as it tastes. Oh, and I'm not Christopher Walken.
I wish to show you something.
I'm ready to go.
Oh, this is gonna be a gas!
Here we go.
Look at us, we're ballers. I love it.
Huzzah!
Cheers.
This is the way.
These boots are made for walking, and that's just what they'll do. That's right. One of these days, these boots are gonna walk all over you.
That's a mighty fine pair of boots. Let's get them boots. I'll make payment 1, 2, 3.
I'll make payment 4.
Really?
Burn up!
Here comes the queen.
We have murder, cybercrime, and extortion.
You need to get out of there right now.
FBI!
He wants somebody to pay.
Take him down!
He will be brought to justice.
Coming up, the Verizon post-game show. JB, Phil, Nate, Boomer, and Coach Cowher. Highlights and analysis, plus the presentation of the Lombardi Trophy. We're going to find out who's named the Super Bowl 55 MVP. That's all coming up on the Verizon post-game show. Just 5 minutes remaining. Oh, what a hit! Ball is out, recovered by Kansas City, but Mahomes is just hammered by Ndamukong Suh. A play that typifies the night for this Tampa Bay defense.
Well, they try and get a big play down the field to Hill, but it takes forever, and he's trying to see him, and right there.
Cam Gilman on 2.
Just trying to do anything to help his team and taking a huge shot. He's got guts. Moving around with a bad foot, but your season's on the line. He's hanging in there, trying to find anybody at the last second and give his team just one last shot.
3rd and only 33. Try to get at least half of it here with Tyreek. Reek to the 27. So that'll make it 4th and 10.
That's close to as many yards as he's had all day.
Hill now 5 catches for 61. Kelsey's gone over 100. Customary for him, 9 for 117.
It's just, they took away, yeah, they really, I mean, this is like right there is just giving them something underneath, right? You have to take away one of those two, but now your Super Bowl is definitely on the line, Jim. You don't get this one, I'm calling it.
Mahomes, chased, running out of real estate, throws. Incomplete, and Tampa Bay makes another stop. Oh, that taunting action right there by Winfield, totally unnecessary.
Well, it is taunting, and that's totally unnecessary. Shouldn't do that. But it's still going to be Tampa Bay's ball because it's after the play, 4th down, turnover on downs. And what a performance by Tampa Bay. You see Winfield taunting, and I don't like that or condone that at all. Tyreek Hill working hard to get open all day, and Winfield feels like you're kicking a guy when he's down, and he's doing his sign that Tyreek does when he scores a touchdown.
After the play was over, unsportsmanlike conduct. Number 31 of the defense. The ball does go over on downs, and the 15-yard penalty will be enforced half the distance. First down, Tampa.
Final 4 minutes to go before the celebration in Tampa gets the night started well into the morning.
To everyone in our great outdoor family, you may be feeling a little cooped up, but don't forget, there are still rocks to be skipped, trails to be trampled, fish to be caught. The great outdoors are wide open, and they're calling us like never before. In these trying times, we need nature more than ever. We need nature to remind us that like a sunrise or the turning of the tides, these challenges will pass. We need nature to help us heal and reconnect with the ones we love the most. So when you can, get back to nature. Get back to each other. We're here for you.
Don't think you're an investor? We make investments morning, noon, and wait, what time is it exactly? We make short-term investments, long-term investments. We diversify our interests, realize our gains and losses, and try to keep the big picture in mind. You don't need to become an investor. You were born one. Robinhood.
Risk is the price you pay for opportunity. It's your life. Make the world your own.
Everything that I've been through, that's what makes me so tough.
I look at the world differently because of who I am.
So if you feel different, know that you're not alone.
We stand together.
Tough as Nails, a competition about America's toughest workers who wear the calluses on their hands as a badge of honor. Who is the toughest of them all?
I am tough as nails because I believe in myself.
Because I am resilient.
I'm a fighter.
My military experience.
I overcome any challenge.
I will never give up.
I poured concrete till I was 9 months pregnant.
Because my son is my life. I just want him to be proud of me.
Tough as Nails, new season, Wednesday at 8/7 Central on CBS.
Well, it was called by virtually everyone. The dream matchup. Couldn't think of anything to compare. I have to say they're going to be, and this is taking nothing away from a brilliant performance by the Bucs, but going to be a lot of people disappointed that the game did not live up to the hype.
Well, if you're a Tampa fan, you love this. Kansas City not, but yeah, a lot of other. But these two quarterbacks have really stood out, right? Tom Brady is the greatest of all time. He's gone to 10 Super Bowls. He has now won his 7th Super Bowl. And I talked about it earlier in the week. If Patrick Mahomes would have won this game, it would have went from 6-2, and that's a mountain you can climb. 7-1 means that Mahomes now has to probably get to 8. And we're only talking about him because we think he's that special and that good. This one will hurt and sting, but this kid's going to play in a ton of them, and he's going to play and win a ton of them. But getting to 8, Jim? Oh my gosh, because if it's 7, Brady beats you head-to-head.
It's the hardest game to get to, and it's just amazing to think that Tom had 3 by the age of 27, and then didn't have a single Super Bowl win between ages 28 to 36, 0. And now here he is at age from 37 to now at 43. This will be his 4th since the age of 37.
He's just figured out how to continue to play at an incredibly high level in his work ethic, commitment to his sport and craft, and just people don't realize the 5 a.m. studying sessions on Monday to get his team to have a great scheme, you know, this year, and learning all new players and offenses.
Again, the Verizon post-game show with JB, Phil, Nate Boomer, and Coach Cowher. Their highlights, their analysis of the game. And we're going to present the Lombardi Trophy. That's all coming up. Plus the naming of the Super Bowl 55 MVP coming up on the Verizon post-game show.
Well, I do think you know, it's not inconceivable. What happens if these two teams met again next year and Mahomes beats them then? Then he kind of closes the gap, right? That's not the way to
I didn't hear that all the build-up. Okay.
I'm just saying, that one still gives him. If I'm him, I'm always thinking optimistically. But what a job Tom Brady and this Buccaneers team has done.
Look at this. Going for a long ball over the head of Brown.
Well, the reason they do that is the safest throw right there. Throw it deep, one-on-one.
Just want to send along our thoughts and prayers for the little girls and children that were injured in the car crash Thursday night involving head coach Andy Reid's son Britt. Multi-vehicle accident. 2 children in a car hit by Reid's car. Britt Reid's car. He's the outside linebacker coach. Seriously injured. One involving life-threatening injuries. And seeing the picture of the little girl and she's and her family are very much in our thoughts and prayers. Pinion the punt. 3:35 to go. Tyreek back on the punt return. First time tonight he races out of bounds. Well, how about Bruce Arians? 2 years ago he was working for CBS. Shows you anything's possible, Tony.
You're right. I'm out of here. I'll see you.
Sure has been fun. He worked with Greg Gumbel and Trent Green. Did a game every week for us. Said he couldn't really use his real voice. At times I thought he might have meant his real vocabulary when he was talking to us about it. But he enjoyed it. He loved going to the practices, the meetings, and finding out what teamwork is like on the broadcast side of it. And still has his CBS blazer, he says, inside his closet at home.
What a special season. And they don't get here without Bruce Arians and his adjustment and ability.
The ball hit the ground, incomplete.
Without his vision and to keep this team going, 7-5. You know how hard that is to get your team, I mean, to go undefeated from that point on. I mean, it starts with your head coach and his vision, and it trickles down. And that's a close call right there. But I think that's an incomplete pass. But what a fantastic job. He deserves a ton of credit.
2nd and 10. He'll be able to grab it. He'll be about 2 yards short. Now he's an interesting guy and has been successful. It took him a long time talking about Bruce Arians to get a head coaching job, and he finally got one out of Arizona. All he did is win a couple of Coach of the Year awards. Players love playing for him. Edwards-Helaire down to about the 31.
Well, you know, one thing is like, well, if Kansas City was healthy, I mean, you have a lot of issues. Here's the one thing. They played in the first quarter. Kansas City was ahead 17-0 earlier this year. From that point on, Tampa Bay's won 55-19, Jim. That's not random. The rest of that game, they came back. Tampa ended up losing, and Kansas City kind of dominated early. But the adjustments Tampa has made have kind of shown you they've just been more physical. They've won these games in the trenches, or I mean, they've really won late in the year in the trenches. And then Tom just kind of gives you the Tom Brady specialness.
It was a team, according to the coach, that the process took forever to get it to come together. After the no OTAs, they lost O.J. Howard, their tight end, who Brady was really high on right before the start of the season. Evans was injured early. Godwin had missed time during the season. Miller was injured. AB signed in late October. Fournette, of course, had to come over off the waiver wire and catch up. So once you kind of got all that gelled, and that again would be on the timeline right around the bye week, the 1st of December, well, they had their team in place for this stretch drive. I mean, it's a heck of a team. I've heard people say there's a lot more weapons than Tom ever had in New England as far as being surrounded by great talent. There's a lot here.
You're right. They have a lot of talent. But come on, they had Randy Moss and Wes Welker.
Well, you're going back to 07 now.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you are right. This team does have some ability. And they're not going away, I don't think.
No. I got to give Jason Light a lot of credit, too, the general manager. He's done a tremendous job. Hall of Fame careers, and try not to look at, you know, the hairstyles here. Look at the numbers. It's pretty impressive. As Kelsey has the catch down to about the 25. Looking around, jailed, throws it incomplete. That is a summation of the night.
Yeah, it's just running for your life, a little backyard football getting out,
but you never thought this night would be this one-sided on either side.
No, we thought this would. I thought this would come down to one of the quarterbacks having an opportunity. You like every time you watch
something about one for the ages, I think.
That was you. That was you. But I actually agreed with you. And I'll tell you though, it's gonna sting. But these two quarterbacks very seldom. Like this year, we watched Brady get blown out a couple times. That's so rare. I mean, for great quarterbacks, because eventually you figure out what the defense is doing. And tonight, there really wasn't a lot of answers for Mahomes. You know, it was like, okay, we know what you're doing. Because they didn't like change it up 50 different plays. They kind of lined up and said, we're doing this, but we're just going to go ahead and beat you up front at those spots where you guys have backups. And what a plan by Todd Bowles. He has so much stuff in, but he just kept it simple in a brilliant way.
Former Jets coach who was interviewed as the coaching carousel, and all of that was taking place in January. I know Detroit took a look at him. You've got to think someday, hopefully, he's going to get a second chance at it. He's a great coach.
Oh, yeah, him and Bieniemy both. Next year, they should be head coaches.
On 4th and 3, they complete it to Robinson for the first down.
I'll take us to the 2-minute, Jim. If you could give us one of the great sign-offs at the 2-minute, I would love to hear it. You got 5. Go.
You are watching the NFL Count Me Down on CBS 1.
It's just flawless, isn't it?
We think so. Yeah.
I mean, I literally couldn't imagine a more beautiful vessel for Alexa to be inside. Alexa, how many tablespoons are in a cup?
There are 16 tablespoons in a cup.
Babe, food just got here. Why you cooking? Who's that?
Alexa, turn on the sprinklers.
Honey, I already ran the sprinklers. Things are getting way too wet around here.
Alexa, dim the lights.
Alexa, lights up! Alexa, lights up!
Add bath oils to my shopping list.
Alexa, no, don't do that.
Read my audiobook.
I was in his hands. I was being changed. I realized that I was also kissing him.
Honey, other people have to use the bathroom around here too.
How did a blind man conquer Mount Everest? How did a kid who loved NASCAR, just know in his heart, one day he'd win the Brickyard and Daytona 500? How did an underdog, always counted out, take down the biggest name in the UFC? How? They all believed. They believed in themselves, and they believed that their dreams, their goals in life were more than just imaginable. They were possible. For those who believe in their dream of a new home, Guaranteed Rate is a mortgage lender with all the right tools, advice, and financing to make that dream a reality. Home office, backyard, more space, better view. Whatever you're striving for, you can make it happen. You can conquer that mountain. You can. If you believe, you will.
Small businesses have been hit hard during the pandemic, so please support the stores in your local community. Because when this is over, we really want there to be a local community.
Super Bowl 55 on CBS is sponsored by Amazon, the perfect body for Alexa.
Back for the last 2 minutes. And boy, that relationship coming together was a big part of this late season surge, as Brady's going to have now individually more Super Bowl wins than the Patriots and the Steelers franchises.
It's unbelievable. And, you know, the decision to go get Brady, it doesn't seem like it was hard, right? But it sometimes is when a guy's older. You just think maybe, you know, they could be slowing down. Tom never showed that, but sometimes people think that. Here's one for you, Jim. You ready? When the Buccaneers go out and get him, Tom Brady has the highest winning percentage of any player in the 4 major sports. The Buccaneers have the lowest winning percentage of any team in the 4 major sports. You go get Brady to turn that around. He did that this year, and this culture has changed forever.
Here comes Mahomes. Trying to find the end zone, and no! How about that? One last indignity. Intercepted by White. That defense, tremendous tonight.
Let's give them a share of the Super Bowl or the MVP trophy, right? What they've done in the playoffs to hold Breeze, Rodgers, and Mahomes at bay.
How about that set of quarterbacks?
Has it ever been harder? Ever?
Can't imagine. Gronk comes out of retirement. Wasn't even thinking about ever playing again when he was at the Super Bowl last year. There for the 100-year celebration. And Bruce Arians is about to be the oldest coach to ever win the game. You know, you think a lot of people say you come down to Florida to retire. Well, not these guys. You got Arians that comes down here, wins a Super Bowl. You got Brady. You've got Antonio Brown. Looked like his career was over. Gronkowski comes out of retirement. Fournette was looking for a home. Sue, late in his career, is going to have his first Super Bowl title.
Pierre-Paul, who dominated at different stretches, played like he was young with Spagnuolo again. What a performance.
Listen to him now. Listen to him imploring that team. Now, no wonder they want to call it Tampa Bay. For Tampa, Brady is just a R&D away from making that a reality. And research and development will tell you Jason Light did the right thing, putting all this together. One more snap. Would you have guessed when this impossible season was trying to launch that you'd get it all in, you'd get to Tampa, and when the Super Bowl ended, the ball would be in the hands of Tom Brady?
I don't know why we ever think it won't. It's gotten almost not realistic in anything that we've ever thought. This guy just changes the mold of the way we think and continues, and there's Spagnuolo telling him,
I have no answers for you tonight. That's what he's saying.
Right here, here's Brady saying, hey,
keep in touch, he says.
Here's looking at you, kid.
The Tampa Bay Buccaneers have a second Super Bowl title in franchise history.
And Tom Brady doesn't pass the torch quite yet to Mahomes, does he? No. Even though
you're looking at the greatest right there. The family celebrating. Mom and dad right there in the center.
There's Brady's parents.
Mom Galen, Tom Sr., the original.
What an amazing run to have a son.
The champagne comes out.
Your son's the greatest who's ever walked, and he's done it the right way his whole career.
It's amazing.
It really is.
Absolutely amazing.
Proud parents indeed. And Tom loves to build everyone else up on this team. That's one of his greatest attributes, Jim. He wants to make everyone else feel special and be a part of it, and he's done that, and they feel him.
Take one more look. He's not done, folks. He's coming back, but you never know when you get in this position again. The legend of all legends. Maybe the greatest achievement of a standalone career. The Verizon postgame show is coming up.
I'm you!
Jake from State Farm. You couldn't find a stand-in who looked anything like me?
Have you seen mine? It's like looking in a mirror, right?
Now that one makes sense.
Look, guys, I don't even have a stand-in.
Of course you do.
Hold on, is that Drake?
That's right. Drake from State Farm.
Like a good neighbor. Like a good neighbor. Stand-ins don't have lines.
Oh, okay.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
First time I saw you, you blew my mind. I got this feeling everything was alright. I've never known someone like you, but when I'm with you, everything feels brand new. New.
It's just flawless, isn't it?
We think so. Yeah.
I mean, I literally couldn't imagine a more beautiful vessel for Alexa to be inside. Alexa, read my audiobook.
I was in his hands. I was being changed. All that I can do was cling to. That everything was breaking and changing.
We make it easy for you. Tax time is here again. Block has options for you, my friend. We can do your taxes virtually. Snap the pic and leave the rest to me. We make it easy. Experts on your phone. You don't have to leave home. We'll get it done right. You can sleep well tonight. In person or virtually. We make it easy for you. Block has your back.
Live sports, breaking news, and a mountain of entertainment. Paramount Plus, March 4th.
We stand here in defiance. That's right. We the makers. We the groundbreakers. We the creators. The screamers. And dreamers. We defy expectations, perceptions, and misconceptions. We defy what logic says we should look like, sound like, be like. We defy genres, algorithms, and entire industries. See, we defy that little voice that says, oh no, we can't, with the roar back that says, oh yes, we will. Because to create the future, we must defy the logic of the past. We must defy logic.
The Verizon Post-Game Show. Experience ultra-fast speeds and ultra-low lag of 5G ultra-wideband in parts of select cities. 5G built right.
Well, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers got it done with a 68-year-old coach who's led that team by a 43-year-old quarterback who talked his 31-year-old tight end friend out of retirement. And guess what? They're doing it in Florida. I'm James Brown, and we welcome you to the Verizon Post-Game Show. Back here in Raymond James Stadium, folks, it was simply outstanding. Boomer, Nate, Coach, and Phil, did you expect anything at all?
Well, no, didn't expect it this way, but they did everything today. They did everything today. It's a little different.
Sounds good. You know what? Folks will chill out just a bit, Phil, and I'll just let them know right now. That's, of course, coming up next on CBS. It all begins with the world premiere of the CBS original, The Equalizer, starring Queen Latifah. That'll be followed by your local news. Then it's a special Sunday night late show with Stephen Colbert with guests Robert Downey Jr., Tiffany Haddish, Metallica, and, of course, more next on CBS.
Okay.
Finish your thought.
I was going to read the promo, but you did a good job. First off, when you look at Bruce Arians, this team represented him big, tough, and powerful their way. What did they do on the offensive side? They didn't throw it deep. They ran the ball, threw it underneath tonight. Caught them by surprise. Great job by Byron Leftwich. What did they do on defense, Bill? They set back. Only 5 blitzes the whole game by Todd Bowles, the blitzing guy. So they really crossed everything up It fooled Kansas City, won the game.
This game was won in the trenches. I think the lines of both the Tampa Bay on offense and defense, they dominated. They imposed their will. They won in the trenches. That was the difference in the game. It was won at the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball.
I will never call an NFL team soft. I have too much respect for these football players and how they approach the game. But I will say one of these teams was the tougher team. From the moment the Tampa Bay Buccaneers stepped on this field, they were the aggressors until that confetti fell, and that is one of the main reasons why they won.
Like I said, when Peyton Manning went to Denver, he raised the level of everybody in that building. The same thing Tom Brady did when he came down here to Tampa. And by the way, Gronkowski, Brown, and Fournette, all three guys who were not on the team before the season started, showed up big in this Super Bowl.
How about that?
Great point. All right, folks, we've got a lot more coming your way as we continue the celebration here in Tampa. We'll step aside. Back with more of the Verizon postgame show after this.
This goes out to the ones with dreams on hold. Thousands of small businesses are struggling. Young startups, old favorites. Together we can help. Me and some amazing artists are playing a first-of-its-kind after-party concert for them with Verizon. We're performing the songs you love to raise money for the small businesses we all love. This is our shot to help. Let's all pay it forward.
Searching for meaning in a relentless world. Always connected, but somehow alone. Trapped by illusion. We offer another path, where the battle to belong begins. Awakened by a calling, united by the cause you fight for. No one can take away what it means to be among the few, the proud, the Marines.
Somebody been eating Oikos. Now let me see you make the ugly face. The ugly face. The ugly face. Now let me see you make the ugly face. The ugly face. The ugly face. Now let me see you make the Let's get ugly.
It was never about the gold. It was always about the goals. And I didn't reach him just by training my body, but my mind as well. So close your eyes. Visualize all the ways you could break through. Then, imagine everything that could go wrong. A false start, a bad turn, broken goggles. Now picture yourself staying calm and overcoming every obstacle. Open your eyes. Train what's under the armor.
They got the win.
Absolutely amazing.
Now, get the gear. The Buccaneers have won the Super Bowl. And you can get your hands on the official trophy collection at NFLshop.com, including the Super Bowl t-shirt and hat, along with podium jacket and celebration towel.
The Bucs are the champions of the world.
They wore it on the field. Now you can wear it everywhere. Shop now and get free shipping at NFLshop.com.
Look at those beautiful shots there, folks. Tonight's aerial coverage brought to you by Michelob Ultra.
Hey, you know, guys, we were talking about Todd Bowles earlier. He played to his advantage. He knew that he had the advantage with his defensive line against the reshuffled offensive line. We heard Jim Nantz talking about it with Tony Romo, and he sat back. You know, so I think that Tom Brady's most likely going to get the MVP of Super Bowl 55, and he deserves it for so many other reasons other than just his performance tonight. But Todd Bowles is a co-MVP in my eyes because he resisted blitzing and let Devin White and those guys just play football, and man, did they play football, and what a playoff run Devin White has had.
Yeah, you're right about that. He was fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
He's going to have a great career. He was all over the place. But speaking of coaches, how about Byron Leftwich? I mean, the game plan that they came in with, let's not do too much. Let's not overthink it. What are our strengths? We can control the ground with the run game, and then we use that run game to throw the ball downfield. I love the fact that they called the perfect game plan while beating up
on that Chiefs defense.
Yeah, you know, we talked about it coming in, and they finished drives. The one thing Kansas City got down there a couple times, had to settle for field goals, and you know, again, the game was won with the offensive line and defensive line, and those linebackers, Devin White, Levante David, they were all over this field. We talked about that front seven, Shaq Beard, Jason Pierre-Paul. I'm telling you, that defense was very special tonight.
And your thoughts, Phil? Go ahead. You can expand on it.
The Tampa Bay offensive line, the size of it, they dominated. They pushed around that KC defense. The last time they played, they really took advantage of it tonight.
We never want to cut you short, Phil. Time now, folks, for the presentation of the Vince Lombardi Trophy. So let's throw it out to our PA announcer, Alan Roach.
And now, direct your attention to the field for the presentation of the Vince Lombardi Trophy.
On behalf of the NFL, thank you to the city of Tampa for a wonderful Super Bowl week. In a season we will never forget, you are the Super Bowl champions. We will always remember. Joel, to the entire Glazer family, congratulations. Congratulations, Coach Arians, to a great organization, great players. The Vince Lombardi Trophy is staying in Tampa Bay.
Congratulations to the Glazer family and all of the Buck Nation. What an amazing tribute this is in this most trying and challenging of NFL seasons. For you guys to take home the Lombardi, how do you put it in the woods?
Well, I gotta say, I gotta start by saluting all the healthcare workers here. They're the real champions. And then our great band, we did it at home. Clarence, Coach Arian, Jason Light. You know, my father had an expression. If you want to know the road ahead, ask the person who's been there. We found that person. 10 Super Bowl appearances, 7 victories, Tom Brady.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Congratulations. Let's give that trophy to Bruce Arians. Coach, tell us how you did this. This team that rallied at the end of the year, you win your last 8 games. There's so many people around this league. I know how close-knit you are. The coaches, the history you have together here, it goes way back. And to share this with so many people you're close to, this has got to be the night of your life.
Yeah, I have so many people to thank. My wife, Chris, Jake, Christy. My mom's up there, she's 95. Love you, Mom. But now, this really belongs to our coaching staff and our players. This is your trophy. I didn't do a damn thing. You guys won this game, all right? You came together as a band of brothers, and you made it happen. So proud of all of you. Thank you.
Bruce, congratulations. Why don't you hand that off to number 12? Jason, congratulations. Let's bring in Tom Brady, Super Bowl champion for the 7th time. And Tom, you're also Super Bowl MVP, presented by Verizon. Congratulations. As part of its $10 million commitment, Verizon is donating a $1 million check to Local Initiatives Support Corporation on behalf of you to support small businesses across America. Tom, I mean, this is all you play for. And you think about the odds, we talked about it this week, that you had to overcome.
Can you come a little closer? I can't hear anything.
The odds you had to overcome to get to this game and to get to this point right here. How special is this night for you of all the great things you've accomplished?
I'm so proud of all these guys down here. Everything we dealt with all year. We had a rough month in November, but VA had all the confidence in us. The team had a lot of confidence. We came together at the right time.
I think we knew this was going to happen tonight, didn't we? We ended up playing our best game of the year.
You got reunited with Gronk twice in the end zone tonight. You found AB in the end zone. Fournette scored a touchdown. I mean, there was a bunch of AFC guys come to Tampa. They all believed in you, too, to have this night as a possibility. And here you are. With all that you've done, where does this rank? Is this the crowning achievement?
I'm not putting any, making any comparisons. Being down here and experiencing it with this group of guys is, every year is amazing. And this team is world champions forever. You can't take it away from us. So thank you guys. Thank you all.
Tom, congratulations. Nothing better than be able to share this with your family and your kids.
They started off about this big, and now look at them. So I'm trying to stop the little clock right now, but it'd be nice to celebrate with them, too.
And there's more to come, right, Tom? There's more to come as far as football.
Yeah, we're coming back.
We're coming
you
back.
You already know that.
Coming back. Tom Brady's coming back.
Way to go.
Congratulations, the Tampa Bay Bucks, Super Bowl 55 champions. JB, back to you.
All right, Jim, our Super Bowl coach Bill Cowher said about this Tampa Bay team, they are just hitting their stride. Tom said it, more to come. And guess what? More to come here as the Verizon postgame show continues after this.
You're broken down and tired of living life on a merry-go-round, and you can't find the fighter. But I see it in you, so we gon' walk it out. And we'll rise up, high like the waves. I'll rise up, in spite of the ache. I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again. For you.
David. Yeah, Big Bird. You can get all sorts of things delivered from the neighborhood.
The neighborhood?
All from the people in your neighborhood. The people that you meet when you're walking down the street. They're the master chef. The burger flipper, too. The corner store owner bagging low-fat milk with gum and pink shampoo. They're the culinary artists with delicious cuisines.
That famous cookie shop in the magazine.
All that? Well, you can also get empanadas down the street.
Mango smoothie, sweet and tart.
For the big shops to the mom and pops, they can bring it to me a la carte.
Hey! They're the people that you meet each day.
Get more from your neighborhood, from convenience to corner stores. DoorDash.
I'm all right.
And for every order, we'll donate $1 to Sesame Workshop.
Loyalty. I got. Loyalty.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I got royalty inside my DNA.
I've been where you are. No one to turn to. Turn to me.
I got.
What they used to call you?
Loyalty.
Watch The Equalizer next on CBS.
They got the win.
Absolutely amazing.
Now, get the gear. The Buccaneers have won the Super Bowl. And you can get your hands on the official trophy collection at NFLshop.com, including the Super Bowl t-shirt and hat, along with podium jacket and celebration towel.
The Bucs are the champions of the world.
They wore it on the field. Now you can wear it everywhere. Shop now and get free shipping at NFLshop.com.
The Verizon Postgame Show. Experience ultra-fast speeds and ultra-low lag of 5G ultra-wideband in parts of select cities. 5G built right.
And back here to Raymond James Stadium, celebrating the Super Bowl here and the Verizon postgame show. Full house with my colleagues indeed. Final thoughts. I know your bucket's full. Your final thoughts.
No, final thoughts. Devin White is a superstar. That's one thing. The tackling by Tampa Bay's defense didn't give up any cheap extra yards. And I'd say to all the Tampa Bay fans, go buy your tickets because they're going to sell out next year.
You know, when I look at the Tampa Bay Bucks, I think they're the most complete team in the National Football League. You're talking about their ability on offense to run the ball, to throw the ball, and defensively, they can rush the quarterback, they can play the run. When you look at them from top to bottom, they're the most complete football team, I think, in the National Football League, and there they showed that tonight.
Yeah, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. Well, it doesn't matter when you got some pit bulls by you. The young players on this Tampa Bay Buccaneers, offense and defense, they stepped up. So Tom Brady, give him credit, but his surrounding pieces don't.
Kansas City and Patrick Mahomes will be back. That's a great thing about youth. You learn. He's 44-10 as a starting quarterback. I'd take that.
And guess what? As Boomer just gave me a good cue there, we will be back with more, yes, talking about the world champs after this.
Good for making excuses is seldom good for anything else. Take Fuzzy Wuzzy 28. Me? Blaming losses on the laggy network.
Only one or two.
You really gonna lie to Samuel L. Jackson while he's holding the sparkle stick?
Oh, I just peeled myself.
Verizon 5G Ultra Wideband is here. The fastest 5G in the world with ultra low lag and console level gaming on the go. Don't get cute with my echo. I don't want to hear any more excuses out of you, Juju.
Oh, yeah? Bring my fish around.
Look, this is y'all's moment. Stop blaming the network and start becoming the best gamers in the game.
That escalated quickly.
This is 5G Ultra Wideband, now in parts of many cities. This is 5G built right, only from Verizon. One word out of y'all, it's sashimi time.
Searching for meaning in a relentless world. Always connected, but somehow alone. Trapped by illusion. We offer another path, where the battle to belong begins. Awakened by a calling, united by the cause you fight for. No one can take away what it means to be among the few, the proud, the Marines.
A lot can change in a month. You could suddenly have to start working from home.
Okay.
Meet the love of your life and his kids. We'll play hockey and their dog. Which is why CarMax created the Love Your Car Guarantee, with 24-hour test drives and a full 30 days to return and get your money back. So there's zero chance you'll end up in the wrong car. The way it should be. CarMax.
CBS Sports thanks you for watching this special presentation of the National Football League, Super Bowl 55.
A special late show tonight
We will also have commercials.
on CBS.
Let's do this.
Whoever loses has to do the thing.
Did you just cut me off?
This is what I do.
Did you have lunch? Because I'm serving a banana peel. How dare you? Oh, what's that? It's a fireball.
Here we go.
No.
Yes.
No! Very funny. It's gonna be you next time. Enjoying a laugh on me? That's my way to play.
I've always focused on my career, but when we found out our son had autism, his future became my focus. Lavender baths always calmed him, so we turned bath time into a business. And building it with my son has been my dream job.
At Northwestern Mutual, our version of financial planning helps you live your dreams today. Find a Northwestern Mutual advisor at nm.com.
What if this could change the world?
A burrito.
Yeah.
You are so weird.
It could. It could change how we plant things, water things, grow things, pick things, move things, and transportation things.
What? That's not a thing.
It could make our farmers happier, more organic, more real, more soil helping, less carbon emitting, and world changing.
Hey.
including the first one. That was a nice little payday. And, oh, by the way, our guy had it as Todd Furman said, take that, you'll be set. Okay. I want to welcome in all those watching the game. Had an awful lot of fun. We'll get into that in a minute. And Terry, one more thing. Don't forget, Terry Bradshaw did it with 2 different guys with 3. If they had 6, they'd have been all set. So that is a very distinguished list to be on. Brady and Gronk, congratulations.
When Tom Brady left the Patriots after 2 decades, 6 rings, and 9 Super Bowl appearances, it was debated who was more responsible for their success, Brady or Belichick. For now, that debate has been settled.
Touchdown, Tampa Bay! Holy guacamole!
There are quarterbacks with better skill set traits than Brady, but his career can be defined in one word: champion.
Most Super Bowl wins all time. We're not showing you players. We're showing you franchises in Tom Brady. And he's still number 1. Brady 7. Patriots, Steelers, Cowboys, 49. Not quite at 7. Think about that. He has more than any other franchise. Let's welcome in those who were watching the games. Thank you so much for joining us here on CBS Sports HQ. I'm Eric Casillas, Ryan Wilson, Danny Cannell, Pete Prisco out there at the stadium in Tampa. So they win. It's not a particularly great game. It's 31-9. It's an epic game. It's a historic game. What will be your lasting image from this game when you think about this 5, 10, 15 years from now? Danny Cannell, start us off.
For me, it'll be the COVID Super Bowl. I mean, it really is. It's a storyline that we're dealing with this pandemic, and we're all looking forward to hopefully getting past it, and hopefully sooner rather than later. But I think that, to me, I mean, it's been a weird year. It's been a weird week with virtual fans and, cardboard cutouts inside, only, a third full stadium. That'll be the lasting memory for me. But, I mean, it depends kind of on where Tom Brady goes from here. We just assume he's going to be back, and I think he is going to be back. And if he is back, they're probably going to have another good chance at a Super Bowl. But this might be his last Super Bowl. Like, that might be the lasting image of this one is, hey, remember his 7th, which is the one that he ended with. For me, it's probably the COVID story, and then Tom Brady just eclipsing this, enormous record that he's got now, passing the franchises. That's probably the thing for me.
Yeah, it's the COVID. And I've been to 32 of these. I was at the Gulf War Super Bowl. That was different. It was odd. It was the first one where you had a ton of security before you went into the stadium. We were at the 9/11 Super Bowl in New Orleans, and that was a little bit different. There was a ton of security for that one. This one has been like none other. This was the weirdest game in terms of postseason I've ever been to. I walked into that stadium, and it felt like a preseason game. There were no fans. There was no hype. There were no fights in the as you walk in through the crowd, nobody arguing with each other. It felt like week 2 of the preseason, or week 3, because the starters were playing. That's what it felt like. And that will be my lasting impression from an overall perspective, but I'm with you. The overall lasting impression from a football perspective will be Tom Brady. 7. Count them, 7. This guy is the greatest football player. I never thought I would replace Jerry Rice because Jerry Rice is so much above all the other wide receivers. Tom Brady's now the greatest football player of all time.
And by the way, we're talking about 7. We're just passing over the fact that he's 43 and just got 7. Like, that's another, just astronomical feat that he's accomplished. It's insane.
All right, Ryan, you're up. You got the 5, 10, 15 years from now. I'll make it 30. You're on the rocking chair sipping the lemonade, and I say, hey, remember Tom Brady when he went to Tampa and won that first Super Bowl? What's going to be the image that is the lasting image for you?
I do think it starts with Tom Brady, but I also think you have to add in Patrick Mahomes, because if Patrick Mahomes wins this game, then the total is 6 Super Bowls for Tom Brady, 2 for Patrick Mahomes, and there's a conversation where Patrick Mahomes 15, 20, 30 years from now has run down Tom Brady. It now seems insurmountable after Tom Brady, 43 years old, has ripped off his 7th Super Bowl victory. Patrick Mahomes is stuck at 1. He's only 25 years old. He has his whole career in front of him. He's going to bounce back and be great. We know that. But it just feels like this was a turning point in a race that was basically 2 years old. Patrick Mahomes had to win this. He didn't. It's now 7-1 as opposed to 6-2 in terms of Super Bowl totals. And I don't know if anyone, actually I do know, no one's catching Tom Brady at 7.
I will think about the idea that As soon as I see the stands and it's half full, it'll remind me the whole year.
Yeah.
And how strange this NFL, this life year, this sports year was with fans and kind of there and not really there. This will be the thing that I remember. That'll be the lasting image for me. But obviously, we congratulate Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They win the Super Bowl. Brady is your MVP. How'd it go down? Let's take a look and see. Chiefs Bucks, Raymond James on CBS, Super Bowl 55. Bucks, first team to play a Super Bowl in their home stadium. Tom Brady looking for his 7th ring. And Patrick Mahomes seeking to become the youngest quarterback to win 2 Super Bowls, and it would be back-to-back. He's only 25. Early on, under a minute left in the first, Bucks down 3-0. Brady, Gronk in the flat. There you go, 8-yard score. Bucks up 7-3. There you go, 13th playoff touchdown connection. That's the most all-time. First career touchdown pass for Brady in the first quarter of any Super Bowl. How about that? Steve Spagnuolo's D was, well, troubled by penalties in the first half. Honey Badger interception negated by a holding. Then you had a pass interference. And even when you were questioned, like, this is pass interference? I mean, who's catching that thing? I don't know. Maybe the high jump champ. 90 penalty yards in the second quarter, most in any quarter in Super Bowl history. And off the last one right before halftime, Brady and Antonio Brown, that made it 21-6. That's Brady's 3rd touchdown pass of the first half. Under still hits. But, you know, right there, Tom Brady has sort of felt like it was going to go down. 16-20, buck 40, 3 touchdowns, no picks. That got it done. Just wasn't Kansas City's night. Tampa wins 31-9. They cover the number. They won on the money line. The under comes in. It was 55.5. Afterwards, Tom Brady with our Jim Nance.
Tom Brady, Super Bowl champion for the 7th time. And Tom, you're also Super Bowl MVP, presented by Verizon. Congratulations. As part of its $10 million commitment, Verizon is donating a $1 million check to Local Initiatives Support Corporation on behalf of you to support small businesses across America. Tom, I mean, this is all you play for. And you think about the odds, we talked about it this week, that you had to overcome.
Can you come a little closer? I can't hear anything.
The odds you had to overcome to get to this game and to get to this point right here. How special is this night for you of all the great things you've accomplished?
I'm so proud of all these guys down here. Everything we dealt with all year. We had a rough month in November, but BA had all the confidence in us. The team had a lot of confidence. We came together at the right time. I think we knew this was going to happen tonight, didn't we? We ended up playing our best game of the year.
You got reunited with Gronk twice in the end zone tonight. You found AB in the end zone. Fournette scored a touchdown. I mean, there was a bunch of AFC guys come to Tampa. They all believed in you, too, to have this night as a possibility. And here you are. With all that you've done, where does this rank? Is this the crowning achievement?
I'm not putting any, making any comparisons. Being down here and experiencing it with this group of guys is, every year is amazing. And this team is world champions forever. You can't take it away from us. So, thank you guys. Thank you all.
Tom, congratulations. Nothing better than be able to share this with your family and your kids.
They started off about this big, and now look at them. So I'm trying to stop the little clock right now, but it'd be nice to celebrate with them, too.
And there's more to come, right, Tom? There's more to come as far as football.
Yeah, we're coming back.
We're coming back.
You know that.
Coming back. Tom Brady's coming back.
Way to go.
Congratulations, the Tampa Bay Bucks, Super Bowl 55 champions.
All right, so he's coming back, so there's a chance I can go up. But right now, Tom Brady sits alone. More than any other franchise in terms of Super Bowl wins, and he's only one player and wasn't alive when the Super Bowl era started. Bruce Arians was, in fact, oldest coach ever to win a Super Bowl. He's at the podium.
Buccaneers head coach Bruce Arians. A reminder to media, if you wish to ask a question, please use the raise hand function. Our first question is going to come from Jory Epstein with the USA Today.
Hi, Bruce. Thanks for your time today, and congrats on the win. You had quite a
contribute to this, but I just wanted to ask about Leonard Fournette's performance today in the pass catching and run game and throughout the playoffs. How impactful has he been?
Yeah, he's been fantastic, you know, running and catching and pass blocking. He's been an all-around back and done a great job for us. Hey, can you turn this up?
Next question will come from John Romano with the Tampa Bay Times.
Bruce, could you just talk about the game plans of the coordinators, both Byron and Todd?
Yeah, I thought all three guys had great plans. Byron did a great job, I thought, of just mixing it up, running past, and then pounding them when we needed to, and Todd had a great plan. Keep them in front of us, let our front four get after them, and, you know, they chased him around all night.
Next, we'll go to Scott Reynolds with Pewter Report.
Bruce, what can you say about Tom Brady's performance, especially with that touchdown right before halftime once again, giving you guys a healthy lead at the half?
Yeah, that was a huge drive, that 2-minute drive with a minute and something. Just, you know, want to start out a little conservative, make sure we got a play in, and we got the long pass interference. Done a great throw with Antonio, and you know, he just played outstanding the whole ball game. He protected the football. We had great protection, and we found a couple guys like Antonio and Gronk. Both their touchdowns were more improv plays, and just did a great job. Great line, great tight ends. Everybody just did a hell of a job. Team effort.
Next, we'll go to Jenna Lane with ESPN.
Hey, Coach, congratulations, first of all.
Go Jazz, baby.
Congratulations, Coach.
Thank you.
A few of your major contributors on offense were all guys that were brought in on one-year deals: Antonio Brown, Rob Gronkowski, Leonard Fournette. How big is it going to be, or should I say, how big was it to have them here tonight? But also, how big is it going to be for you guys to get them back next year? And when do you guys start on the process of doing that?
Yeah, I think you got to give Jason Light a ton of credit for this football team. He put a great roster together, picking up those guys and still staying cap friendly. And you know, we've got a very limited time to get into free agency, and we'll try to keep our guys. That's for sure.
Next, we'll go to Greg Allman with The Athletic.
Hey, Bruce, congratulations. I just want to ask you about Todd Bowles and this defense and what you guys have done with 3 straight rematches in the playoffs to pull out these 3 wins as you have.
Yeah, you can't give him enough credit. You know, I think he got a little tired of hearing about how unstoppable they were. I thought he came up with a fantastic plan just to keep them in front of us and tackle real well. And that, you know, Patrick wasn't going to beat us running. We let him run all day, and just keep chasing him around and see if we can make some plays.
We'll go to Lindsey Jones with the...
So it's all Tampa Bay, the city, the team. They are the champs. Congratulations, Gronk, Brady, rest of the gang. Straight ahead. How did it happen? And also, what does this mean for the Chiefs going forward? Yeah, HQ.
I've always been running. To meetings, errands. Now I'm running for me. I've always dreamed of seeing the world, but I'm not chasing my dream anymore. I made a financial plan to live it every day.
There was a dream. One day I could see it.
At Northwestern Mutual, our version of financial planning helps you live your dreams today. Find a Northwestern Mutual advisor at nm.com.
This local access message is brought to you by Uber Eats.
Woo! Hey everyone, welcome to Waynesboro. Party on, Wayne. Party on, Garth.
Never manipulate you the way all these other commercials do.
Oh, God. Sure, that's really sad. A celebrity cameo.
Right, Cardi B?
Yeah, eat local.
Or jump on the latest trend.
All right.
Local heat.
Discovery is reporting for duty.
Are you in or out?
I want in.
I'm about to fly. Fly.
Back in CBS. Tom Brady was named the MVP. Tampa Bay wins. And Gronk, be careful with that trophy. Pretty predictable with those tweets. That's what you'd think they'd say. LeBron James, Brady, 7-piece nugget. All right, there you go. That's LeBron James' thoughts. Julian Edelman, who won a Super Bowl MVP the last time Brady won a Super Bowl in the 13-3 win over the Rams. Can't stop, won't stop, the best ever in all sports. Okay, figure that with these 7 different rings right there as well. Patrick Mahomes had a chance to go back-to-back and be the first quarterback to do that since Tom Brady, but just not his night. Offensive line didn't give him a lot. Receivers didn't help. You just felt like he was just running around the whole day. Unlucky, not great. Didn't get a lot of help. And Mahomes didn't necessarily look like he was 100% either, and he missed a throw or two, if you're going to be completely fair about this. And Patrick Mahomes at the podium.
Not really any. They had a good game plan. They kind of took away our deep stuff. They took away the sidelines, and they did a good job of rallying to the football and making tackles. We weren't executing early. I had a few miscues. We weren't on the same page. But I mean, credit to them, man. They played a heck of a game defensively and offensively and beat us.
Okay, and was the toe a problem for you tonight? And are you going to be having surgery anytime soon on that?
Yeah, I mean, I can't say the toe was a problem when I played last week or 2 weeks ago, and I played well on it. I mean, it's something you battle through. You're playing football, you have to battle through injuries, and so we'll look at it tomorrow, and we'll make a final decision on if we're going to have surgery on it or not.
All right, next we'll go to Vahe Gregorian. Go ahead, Vahe.
Hey, Patrick. As close as you are to Andy, I just wonder how cognizant of all the other things going on the last couple of days you were, and what feelings you might have had about that.
Yeah, I mean, it was a tragic situation all around. I mean, you're praying for everyone. Like he was still Coach Reed, still the same guy, but obviously we wanted to win the game, but we didn't. So now it's about continuing to move forward and try to do whatever we can to keep moving forward.
All right, let's go to Nate Taylor. Go ahead, Nate.
Patrick, there was so much discussion about the offensive line today and how it was going to go against the Buccaneers pass rush. Just what did you see was the big issue in that regard, and just how did you try to counteract what they were doing in terms of the pass rush around the second quarter or so?
Yeah, I just think we weren't on the same page as an offense in general. I wasn't getting the ball out on time. The receivers were running routes not to exactly where I thought they were going to be at. And the offensive line, they did good. They were good at sometimes, and sometimes they let guys through. And when you're playing a good defense like that, you got to be on the same page as the offense, and we weren't today. And that's why we played so bad.
And, one more question, Patrick. This is the first time in your career where the team didn't enter the end zone on offense. Just when you look back on this, just how shocking is it to know that you guys played as poorly as you did, particularly in the red zone?
Yeah, I mean, we just didn't execute, especially on third down and in the red zone. Those are the two most important parts of the field. they were just better than us today. I mean, I don't know what else to say. They executed at a higher level defensively. They had a good game plan, and we weren't able to make adjustments and find ways to get in the end zone.
All right, let's go next to Diana Rossini. Go ahead, Diana.
Patrick, I know you addressed it already, but just the awful situation that happened, just from your perspective with the team, how much of the situation that happened involving the young child in the car accident affect the team in terms of you guys heading into the weekend? Did it take the air out of it or change the vibe?
I mean, it's hard to kind of put it into words. I mean, it didn't take the air out of it. I mean, guys were still ready to go, but I mean, it's a very tragic situation, and you want to keep that in the back of your mind, and you give prayers to the families that were involved, and especially the child that was involved. So I mean, I don't want to say it affected us on the field. I mean, they beat us. There's no excuses on that. But you're praying for those families.
All right, let's go to Therese Paler. Go ahead, Therese.
Hey, Patrick. The common theme throughout your life has been, your dad, your godfather, the lessons they've taught you, right? Including how to deal with rough losses. I'm wondering, what they've shared with you in the past about how to proceed forward after a disappointment like this. And what is the primary lesson you take from tonight moving forward?
Yeah, I mean, my dad lost in the World Series in his career, and he continued to battle and continued to be who he was. And obviously, it hurts right now. I mean, it hurts a lot, but we're going to continue to get better. We have a young group of guys that have learned had a lot of success and learned from that, but we've had a few failures, and we have to learn from that, and we can't let this define us. We have to continue to get better. Going into next year, being even better and preparing ourselves to hopefully be in this game again.
All right, we have time for a couple more. Let's go to Herbie Tiopi. Go ahead, Herbie.
Hey, Patrick, the amount of penalties in this game, how much did that affect what you guys wanted to do from a rhythm point of view? And are you surprised at how many times the Chiefs were penalized this game?
I mean, it definitely affects it. When you have penalties in football games, especially when you're struggling and you're playing a really good defense, it's hard to continue to get drives going and get in the end zone. And then, I mean, as far as defensively, when we have penalties that extend drives, I mean, that's how teams find ways to score points. And so you don't want to say it affects you, but I mean, you go out there and you play your heart out. You just want to go out there and try to find a way to win and try to stay away from those penalties.
So Patrick Mahomes having to answer questions that, well, let's be honest, he doesn't have to answer that often. First loss of his career by more than one possession. Last time he lost by more than one possession, he was at Texas Tech. He lost to Iowa State. He's 6-0 in playoff games when the other quarterback isn't Tom Brady. 0-2 against Brady. Remember that earlier one was AFC Championship game in Kansas City. Went to overtime. Brady's team won the coin toss. Mahomes never got the ball. And not only held to single digits, they didn't score a touchdown. It was 9, and that was on 3 field goals. So there it is. 31-9 your final. Tampa had 3 touchdown passes in the first half. Kansas City had no touchdowns for the game. Brady wins the MVP. 5th time he is the Super Bowl MVP. Tampa, as a franchise, wins their 2nd Super Bowl, first since 2002. Tampa won at home. Evan Washburn was there on the sideline. Love having him aboard. He's part of our CBS Sports family. I've had the privilege of being at this desk with him. Evan, what was it like down there on the field in these very unusual circumstances, having that experience with this game?
Well, good to see you. Yeah, I miss being on that desk with you. Look, there were aspects to it that were different, but having been through an entire season, this felt a lot like a regular season game where there were more than, a few fans. And the NFL did an unbelievable job in making it feel intimate and having that Super Bowl feel and that big-time feel that you have in the lead up to a game, whether it be the anthem and the halftime show. And then, obviously, the way the game was played created a different atmosphere as well. But overall, for a capper on a different season, it had a lot of what you would want.
What was the difference in this game as you watched it from field level?
Well, I think it's probably what most people saw, and it's backed up with what I just got off with Andy Reid, what he said. And it's what they weren't able to do, Kansas City offensively, but it's a testament to what Todd Bowles and this Tampa Bay Buccaneers defense was able to do. And look, a big storyline going into this game was the fact that they were down their 2 tackles. And Todd Bowles was able to design a defense where they generated a ton of pressure on Patrick Mahomes. That's the most pressures a quarterback's received in a Super Bowl game. And that was the story. And then Tom Brady and the Bucs offense did what they needed to do and were efficient, dominated at times, time of possession, and made the plays in key moments.
Bruce Arians becomes the oldest coach to ever win a Super Bowl. What was he like afterwards? You know, he's a guy that is not always, close to the best. He'll give you some emotion. What was he like after?
He's awesome, Eric. And even at halftime, it was fun to talk to him. He's cool as you would imagine he would be. And, I mean, he knew exactly what he wanted from his team. His number was 40. They didn't necessarily get there, but they didn't need to. And the emotion just exuded from him. I mean, seeing him get the Gatorade bath, and he wants to spend time with his assistants. He said it on the podium as he was getting the Lombardi Trophy that this was all the players and his staff. And he told us in the days leading up to this game, the only reason he came back was because he could build this staff out with guys that he either coached at Temple or worked with at Temple or worked with at time in his time in the league. And I think this is the culmination of what is an unbelievable and unique career. But the scary part is I think they're just getting started, because they did this under really unique circumstances.
Once it became obvious that Tampa was going to win, I know what you do. You start looking at the guys. You start checking it out. Who was the emotional one? What's the story that you can tell from watching this team climb the mountain and finally get there?
Well, I think, honestly, I mean, Tom is Tom. He kind of brings it. This is all the work that he puts in. This is what he's going for. But I was struck by Rob Gronkowski. I mean, the joy was there. This is a guy who's done this before, yes, but was away from football for a whole season. He was one of the final guys on the field behind me here, just soaking it in and getting every ounce that is that celebration, that confetti coming down. So I would say I was struck by Gronk. But you mentioned, I mean, Bruce was probably the guy that was showing the most emotion in those final moments, just hugging people that he's been with, again, going back to his first job back in Philadelphia so many years ago.
You're the best. Evan Washburn, be well, my friend. Thank you very much for the time.
You got it, Eric. Be well as well.
Look, it wouldn't have been nice to have this. This is like having, when you get the Powerball numbers in the paper next day and you're like, imagine if I had these yesterday. Imagine if you had this before the game. How about Kansas City to score exactly 9 points? That would have cashed nicely. Chiefs, they were plus 6,000 to be held out a touchdown. And Byron Pringle. You buy a lot of Pringles. Nah, I'm not doing that. Okay, I take that one back. You think I'm better than that, but I'm really not. Gronk, that would have been nice to have Gronk to be someone that you wagered on. First TD scorer, 2+ TDs, both around that same 15, 16-1. And Patrick Mahomes in that same vein in terms of not throwing any touchdown passes. Again, Kansas City didn't have anything. 9 points. It was 3 field goals. Can your team be there next year? We have next year's Super Bowl odds. They're out. We reveal straight ahead. Yeah, HQ.
Calling it a day, Carrie?
Oh no, there's more.
Like what?
There's more to Carrie Underwood.
And I should wrap by midnight.
Impressive.
And there's more to Body Armor Light with natural sweeteners, no sugar added, and only 20 calories.
Just landed my dream job. I'm a full-time hand model.
Then all this is deductible. You want to hand those taxes off?
That would be nice.
File with the help of an expert. Or let an expert file for you. Intuit TurboTax Live.
What does it mean to be the greatest of all time? It's about more than the numbers. It's about how you come back from a bad play or the hardest year ever. The greats take it as an article of faith that the best is yet to come. So here's to the greatest player we don't know yet. the greatest play we haven't seen, the greatest beer you maybe haven't tried, and the greatest year that's still ahead of us.
Don't let the comfort fool you. Don't let the attention to detail lead you to believe that a Honda is a delicate machine. You'd be wrong. Underneath every surface that carries a Honda badge, there has always been the capacity to amaze. From the core of everything, all the way to the top of where you want to go. Rise to the challenge with the rugged performance of the Honda Pilot, Passport, and redesigned Ridgeline.
Home. It's where you live, work, sleep, and play. At Raymore & Flanigan's President's Day Savings Event, we're here to serve you and your family. Save 10 or 20% on everything. Get new furniture for every room in your home. And pay over time with no interest financing for 18 months. Everything's 10 or 20% off in-store and online. All delivered with care from Raymore & Flanigan.
Chiefs Bucks, Raymond James Stadium, Super Bowl 55 on CBS. Bucks, first team to play Super Bowl in their home stadium. Tom Brady looking for the 7th ring in his career. Patrick Mahomes looking to be the youngest quarterback to win 2 Super Bowls. He's just 25. And he got the first points, 3-0, but then under middle left in the first quarter, Brady, Gronk, 8-yard score, Bucks up 7-3, 13th playoff touchdown connection. That's the most all time. Brady's first career touchdown pass in the first quarter of any of his Super Bowls. Surprising. Steve Spagnuolo's D, troubled by penalties in the first half. Honey Badger, the interception, negated by a holding. There's a pass interference call on a bomb to Mike Evans. And then even on some of these, you're like, what? I mean, that's passing. Who's catching that? 90 penalty yards in the second quarter, most of any single quarter in Super Bowl history. And after that sort of questionable call, next play right before halftime, big dagger, Brady, Antonio Brown, 1-yard touchdown. Bucks up 21-6. First half under still hit comfortably despite that touchdown. Honey Badger not happy. He got 15 yards for taunting TB12 there. Brady 16-20, 3 touchdowns in the first half. First Bucks possession, Leonard Part 6. 27 yards for 6 into the end zone. By the way, Leonard Part 6 was a terrible movie that you don't want to see. It's awful. This game was better than that movie. Bucks up 28-9. That was kind of a dagger. It just wasn't Kansas City's night. Even Mahomes looking for Tyreek Hill. Swatted, picked off. And Winfield Jr. Mahomes 0 of 7 on third down to that point. It would even get worse than that. And even when the effort was there, the results just weren't. Chiefs in the red zone, 4th and 9. Mahomes is running for his life on that makeshift offensive line. I mean, he's horizontal. He flips it 45 yards and hits his own guy. Falls incomplete. It wasn't going to get done. Got done for Tom Brady for the 7th time. 7th Super Bowl championship. Bucks, as a franchise, win their 2nd title. And Tom Brady now has more Super Bowl championships than the Patriots or Steelers or 49ers or even his old team. Wow. His first Super Bowl win by more than 10 points. How about that? Brady becomes the 2nd quarterback to start win a Super Bowl with 2 different teams. Peyton Manning did it with the Colts and with the Denver Broncos. Bruce Arians becomes the oldest head coach in NFL history to win a Super Bowl. And as for Kansas City, well, they failed to go back-to-back. They had a chance to break a 17-year drought on that. Patrick Mahomes now 0-2 against Brady in the playoffs, 6-0 against everybody else. First time Mahomes has lost by more than one possession since he was at Texas Tech and lost to Iowa State in 2016. Yikes. Andy Reid afterwards, much less happy than he was after last year's Super Bowl.
I could have done a better job of putting our guys in a better position. They fought their tail off. The guys never gave up. I mean, these are champions, and just the fact that they were able to get themselves back to this fighting like crazy to get here. It was a bad day to have a bad day, but I'm not going to lay it on the offensive line. When we lose, we all lose together on this.
I know you already have a healthy respect for Patrick's toughness, but tonight in a game like this where things weren't really going his way and he was taking a lot of hits, Does this say anything more? Do you think this proves anything about him and just his mental and physical toughness in a game like this?
No, to the last snap, he was trying to win the football game. And so that should never be questioned. No, you're right.
All right, I'm not sure. You ever watch a movie and someone says to you, did you like it? You go, I don't know. I kind of feel that way. How did Patrick Mahomes play? I don't know. I almost give him an incomplete. I mean, he made some incredible effort plays and didn't get help from his offensive line and didn't get help from his receivers, but I can't say he played well. He didn't put a touchdown up. So very interesting, different kind of day. I'm not sure if I like the movie. Ryan, when I say Patrick Mahomes Super Bowl performance today, you say what?
I think you're right. Incomplete.
Incomplete. All right, well, the odds are out. They're already completed at William Hill because they're on everything. Obviously win the Super Bowl next year. Chiefs favored. Bucks, Packers tied second. Remember, Packers, they were the 1 seed. Chiefs, they got it done in the AFC. Packers lost a weird game in the Bucks NFC title game. Bills, who were the other team in the Final Four, and Ravens, who had that great, sort of run at the end. And 2 years ago, they were the 1 seed in the AFC. And the Rams come in right there in that 6th spot. They've added Matthew Stafford. I mean, they don't have a first-round pick until, 2,412. But they have a good team next year, good defense. We'll see. All right, Pete Prisco, Danny Cannell, Ryan Wilson. Who can be the Bucks next year? And I don't want you to give me the obvious ones. We just showed the favorites. A team that can kind of come out of nowhere. Maybe a team that didn't make the playoffs this year. Maybe a team that didn't win a playoff game this year. And you go, things fall right. They could have a much different season next year. Pete Prisco.
Thank you for joining us. Trevor Lawrence and the Jacksonville Jaguars. You're going to laugh. You're going to laugh.
They're laughing.
No, they're laughing, all right. But I'm serious in terms of making the postseason. I don't think they can make a Super Bowl run, but they have 4 picks in the top 45. They're going to get him. They have Urban Meyer coaching. They have a good staff, and they have the most money in free agency and a bunch of good young players. If they can't fix it, something's wrong with Urban Meyer. They're not going to be a deep playoff team next year, but they have a chance to be a playoff team. Who can make a run? That's a tough question. The Dallas Cowboys can make a run. They have to do a couple things. They have to pay Dak Prescott. They have to fix the offensive line. They have to stay healthy. But if that's the case, Mike McCarthy can get them to make a run.
This is somebody's gonna be able to look back at this segment in like 6 months and they say, "What were these guys smoking?" Like it's just because there's so much movement that has to take place. Like I could say the Eagles, but is it gonna be Carson Wentz? Probably not. Like, who are they going to bring in? It could be the San Francisco 49ers. Is it with Garoppolo or not? Probably not. Maybe it's Bill Belichick has one last run in him if he gets the right quarterback in there. So there's so many of these pieces that still have to move this offseason. I like your suggestion for Jacksonville because I do think Trevor Lawrence is going to be that type of difference maker. I am very curious. One of those teams we saw on the list, and maybe it's a little bit obvious because of the correlation similar to what we saw here. It's not the greatest of all time, but Matthew Stafford going to the Rams where they felt like, hey, they just need that quarterback that's the difference maker. They paid a lot for some of the pieces on the defensive side of the ball, and that's that missing piece. Maybe it's the Rams that could be that team next year.
By the way, Danny, nobody's going to think we've smoked pot, but there's plenty of it coming over that wall right now that we've smelled a lot of it.
Reporting live from Tampa, Pete Prisco. All right, since you're in this air-conditioned studio and there's no smoke of any kind, you're not saying Jacksonville. Maybe you'll take one of the teams they mentioned. Maybe you'll go somewhere else. I know I have a team, but who would be your team that, let's say, either did make the playoffs or didn't win a playoff game this year that you sort of think can step up? Maybe even if they have a different quarterback, let's say.
Yeah, so Danny mentioned Matthew Stafford and the Rams, and I think that's an interesting take. I'm going to go a little crazy, or not as crazy as Pete, though. I'm going to take the other LA team. With Justin Herbert and the Chargers, because they have a new coach in Brandon Staley who did a fantastic job as defensive coordinator with the Rams. They have the offense in place. You have to have a franchise quarterback. Pete alluded to that. They're getting Trevor Lawrence in Jacksonville. The Chargers already have their guy. They have Keenan Allen. They have Derwin James coming back. They have Joey Bosa. They're going to have a pick in the first round where they can bolster the offensive line. Or they could get someone like Kyle Pitts, the tight end. Hunter Henry is on the last year of his deal as a franchise tag. So they're the pieces in place. They can sort of come out of nowhere. They won 7 games with a coaching staff that didn't put them in the best position to win week in and week out. Justin Herbert, if he plays anything like he did this year, and I think he'll be better, they could be right there in the mix.
Can I give you a couple?
Yeah, absolutely.
How about the Colts? They are loaded except for quarterback, and maybe they end up with Alex Smith, Carson Wentz, Jimmy Garoppolo, Jimmy Garoppolo go there. It was in a Super Bowl 2 years ago. Yeah. And so were San Francisco. What about the 49ers?
That's a good call.
They could be. They're going to get healthy. I mean, they got players, and maybe even Minnesota, who, by the way, last year was in the NFC title game. They were knocking on the door. They had an off year this year. They could have a bounce back year. And what if Dalvin Cook just has one of those years and they become like Tennessee 2 years ago, where you look up and they're up 10 in the championship game? Those would be 3 teams that I would look at in terms of teams that could come out of nowhere that didn't win a playoff game this year. In fact, San Francisco and Minnesota didn't even make the playoffs. But that's the beauty of this league. You can come out of nowhere. You can make and even Tom Brady, when they won the first Super Bowl, nobody picked New England to do anything that year, and then they went all the way and got it done. What about the Bucs' chances to repeat? Nobody's repeated since 03-04, but last team to do it was led by the guy that's going to be led by the team that's going to try to do it, in Tom Brady. Danny Cannell, why is it so tough to repeat in this modern era, and can the Bucs do it?
It's like going to an incredible meal at a steakhouse, stuffing your face full of the best steak, lobster, dessert, everything, and then the very next day saying, all right, let's go back to that restaurant. You know, like you're full, like you feel like, I don't have any room in here. That's what it takes. An incredible amount of intensity, hunger, hard work, sacrifice to win a Super Bowl, just one. And we saw the Bucs so dialed in with a sense of urgency when Brady comes here. And then you kind of breathe a sigh